you're carrying drugs across the border, the idea is to remain calm. The way I do it is to think of something pleasant. A fun party, moment of triumph, sexual encounter. I actually project myself to that place. A little transcendental meditation, if you will. The trick is to imagine every little detail. Anything to keep your mind off the fact that you're going to jail for a very long time if they find 15 kilos of blow in your suitcases.
Hey. What's the problem?
What?
With the car. What's the problem?
Just get out of my fucking face. Who are you?
We're still in the fucking car. What's it to you?
It's my car. You're going to die.
We heard shots. What happened?
I sent them a message.
So how you been?
Yeah, we ain't kids now.
Yeah. So what do you want?
What I've always wanted is to watch you die.
Oh, you ordered the meatloaf. The brisket's really good here, only you'll never know it. You fucked up.
Buddies, it's the Ron and Fez show, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Earl, is this the Motown week that we talked about last week?
Kicking off Motown week.
Yeah, we might already want to abort that. It's just, again. All right, it is the Ron and Fez show. Ron here, Fez there.
How you, buddy?
Here's East Side Dave. Dave, you had a big weekend?
Yes, I did.
And your girl's on the way back now?
Oh, man. Today was the most depressing thing of all time. Like the end of a movie.
Uh-huh.
Tear. I had a tear in my eye as as we hugged downstairs from the N train. in Queens.
Hey, you know what?
White people are so scared of black people.
We got enough problems today without you calling it the N train.
Okay.
Let's just say the train for everybody, even lower income people.
All right. And we got on that. I got on that train. She left. I waved goodbye. She waved goodbye in the rearview mirror.
Did she run next to you, like run next to the train, like in the movies?
No, but she did kind of drive her car next to the train a little bit because
that's
in
nice.
Queens the train's elevated, so she was allowed to do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty aware how the world works.
Oh, yeah.
I know she wasn't driving in the subway tunnel.
Oh, okay.
So you had a nice show the other night and everything went well?
Yeah, it was great. And then, we got a little bit drunk on Friday night.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
That shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
And by the way, how did the wonderful meal at A.J. Maxwell's work out?
Oh, my God. That was the best food. I've never had better calamari in my entire life. And then the steak, forget.
Did they take care of you?
They took care of me in a big, big way.
Did you at least tip?
Yes, I did.
All right.
I swear to God, I tipped. 2 of the best bottles of wine these lips have ever drank.
You went and drank their wine?
Well, it was a romantic dinner. Sal insisted.
You're an idiot. By the way, here is the menu. Sal sent it to me, where you went and had a poem put in the menu.
Yeah.
On the same thing as the menu paper?
Right, yeah.
How did that go over?
I went over huge. She said it was the best thing she ever seen.
It is very, like fucking movie-ish. Casey, my sweetie, she's so nice. She got me an ashtray and brought me flavored ice. Is this the same thing that was on that you read to her on the air?
On the air on Friday night.
What an idiot. Why would you do it twice?
Well, I wanted it to be into her brain, and then, she could always look at it.
All right, and then Saturday night you went off to the other show?
Saturday we went to the Pogues.
What do you got there, Fez?
That is a neighbor calling me for some reason.
Take your calls. You went to the Pogues. How did that go?
Ryan B.
Yeah.
This was one of the best concerts I ever had. Didn't drink on Saturday night. I decided for once in my life, why not listen to Mr. B and really kind of just make it not about booze, but make it about the time.
Nice.
And I swear to God, I had a great time. I didn't know you could attend concerts sober.
And Saturday night was the scheduled Lay the Pipe night.
Yes, it was.
How'd you do?
I'm not going to say lay the pipe.
Yeah.
I'll say that right now.
How'd you do?
Maybe, perhaps magic was...
Yay!
Congratulations, Eastside Dave.
Nice job,
But
buddy.
I mean, again, a very classy, romantic...
Gotcha.
Magical.
That's the way I meant it.
Dare I say magical again.
Yeah.
It was that special.
We got to call Claire. We got to call Claire and rub it in.
I would love to be the one to do it.
Yeah.
I don't mind calling.
It's all to Shane McGowan, baby.
Hello, Claire. Good news.
Rick, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, boys, what's going on?
Hey, man.
Hey, I got a question for Eastside Dave.
Okay.
Hey, I want to know if you give a Dave tip or if you give a Fezzy tip.
Did you give him a nice big fat tip after they took care of you?
Big fat tip. Huge.
Would you give a Fez tip like 115%, though?
I gave around 30%. Yeah, it was a big tip, and the bill was quite large at the end. I couldn't believe it.
What did you have to do? They just comped you?
I was expecting to pay. I had my card ready and everything, and Sal wouldn't let me touch it, Mr. B. And so...
You motherfucker. I feel like you're eating my free meal over there. That's what pisses me off. All right, A.J. Maxwell's folks in New York, they take care of... And I know it was a comped meal, but I didn't expect you to go and hammer fucking 2 free bottles down.
Yeah, I know. That was maybe the thing.
You pushed it.
That was
there.
The
you
thing.
Pushed it.
I'll be honest. That was the thing that really pushed it over the top. But I mean, I didn't order a lot of food. Just an app and an entree.
That's a meal. What are you talking about? What more would you have done? Fucking just had buckets of clams sitting out for no reason. Here's Todd. Todd, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. I just like to say I'm really happy for Dave. And I'm really looking forward to the amazing radio we're going to have when he fucks this up.
Well, I mean, first of all, we have plenty of things you're going to fuck up in your life. I don't think it's going to be with Casey, though.
No.
Because the other night, Friday night, we had the opportunity to meet Casey. She was nervous about coming in. Mm-hmm. She had a Happy Typing Girl come with her.
Yes,
absolutely. She did not want to come alone because she thought Ron and Fez were mean.
And I wouldn't say, maybe not mean, but she's just nervous about the whole radio experience. And quite frankly, I don't blame her, you know. I mean, those things, that happens if you're not used to it. Microphones, headphones.
But you're not used to it. You stink, and you come in here every day.
Right.
What are you doing trusting your paper?
I just took some notes around what she just said. But she was very nervous, but that just shows the bond, I think, the connection that we got right now, is that she's willing to do that for me.
I really like her a lot. I think she's a great girl. I mean, forget what she even looks like, which is fucking amazing. She had a really great personality, and she literally likes you.
Yes, she does.
I mean, I was able to pick up on that.
Yeah.
This is not teasing the retard.
No,
this is a real thing.
I think if you were going to screw it up, it would have happened sometime last week.
Yeah. I'll tell you what would have happened. It would have happened on Friday night when I couldn't get a cab ride home, so I actually kind of like jumped out in the street and I hailed down a limousine. Now that was a bad move and a good move, but I was able to hail down a limo and take us back from AJ Maxwell's to my apartment with a limousine. However, in the limousine, I fell down many times. I rolled over. It was very spacious. And then because of the snow drifts, I got out of the limousine and I fell again on the snow drifts.
So you were drunk off your ass Friday night. But she seems like she's a drinker, too.
Yeah, I mean, she threw down as well, so she wasn't, she did laugh at me.
I saw her laughing with you.
Yeah.
Several times when you were talking crazy the other night.
Yeah.
Which I took as a good sign.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, where did she live? This was this morning she's gone?
She's looking at an apartment in Queens this morning, and then we'll be on her way down to North Carolina, today.
Okay. So you don't know when you're going to see her again?
I don't. I mean, I'm just saying, look, I'll do it. I'll fly down there. I'll fly on the weekend.
Here's the problem. AJ Maxwell's doesn't have a plane. If they did, you'd be in it right now, you fucking prick. I feel like you owe me 2 steaks and 2 bottles of wine.
I do. And that's why I decided with Mr.
Now I can't go over to AJ Maxwell's because you already went and fucking wrecked the bank on him.
No, absolutely not. And I will be taking you and Fez out this week.
Where, at AJ Maxwell's?
If you want.
No. Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
Dick Holder, number 211, checking in, buddy.
What do you say, buddy?
Yeah, I wanted to ask Dave, when he consummated the relationship, did he get her to call him Big Cheese?
I don't play the disrespect game.
Nice, smart.
Not going to be doing that with this one.
Smart move.
care about this one big time.
Good.
And consummate, that sounds very clinical. Not going to do it.
Consummate's a nice thing, though. It's not an ugly thing.
It's like 2 people coming together. It
sounds too consummate. It's too dick pussy.
Right. That's too much.
That's what I think of. I like to think of us as magic.
Right.
I don't want
not dick pussies.
No, I just want to think of us as magic.
Uh-huh.
And
so no arguments, no bad times, no uncomfortable silences?
I mean, hey, hell, we watched shows sometimes and a few minutes would go by in silence.
Well, that's nice.
We didn't fucking care. I didn't feel the need to say some stupid idea or this or that. We were totally comfortable. We watched a documentary on Crumb. It was, wow.
That's good. I'm glad for you. I'm happy for you.
But now I'm just, I am going to be getting sad, I think, as the days go on.
I think it's exciting you finally busted your hot chick cherry. I know you've been with 3 women, but this is the first hot chick.
I think the other ones were pleasant looking. I mean, okay.
Jay, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I just want to tell Dave it's real cool that you took the time out about drinking, and it's cool to break it up sometimes and go straight. You know what I mean?
I agree. I totally agree. You know what? I've seen the Pogues now 3 or 4 times. This at least will be the first time I get to remember the concert.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Did you have a good time there?
I fucking had a blast.
Did you ever run into Kathleen and Bri that night?
No, and I was looking for him. I really was. We weren't standing in one spot.
Let me put it this way. They did not follow your sober mandate.
Right. As well as 98% of the Pogues crowd.
They were drinking the city dry.
Brandon, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yo, Dave, what's up?
Great, Brendan.
Hey, you're a good Irish Catholic boy.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing eating steak on Friday, you idiot?
Well, this was, again...
It's Lent.
I know, but
I still think it's Good Friday. I think Good Friday is the time not to eat steak.
And I did say an act of contrition afterwards, so I feel...
Still not enough. But, you look at it like this, Dave. The point is, who would take that away from you?
Right.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure Sal would have given you a nice piece of bass, some salmon.
Yeah, he could.
But why go to a steakhouse, particularly one of the top 10 steakhouses in the country?
Absolutely.
And sit there and eat, brook trout. That's fucking ridiculous.
No, I've decided I'm in A.J. Maxwell's, the famous steak. I'm getting the famous steak, so be it. If I have to do a few years in purgatory, big deal. I'm not going to hell for a couple bites of steak.
Yeah, I got to agree with you there. You're probably going to do 15, 20 years purgatory.
Fucking A. Stand on my head.
Jeremy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, what's happening?
Yeah.
Dave, did Casey ask you to wear a chef hat while you guys were fucking?
We're not going to play those games, Jeremy. That's the old Dave. That's not the new Dave.
That's the old me. All right, at least when it comes to chicks, that's the old rules.
All right, tell us the truth right now, Dave.
Respect.
You in love?
I think I may be. I am.
You're in love.
I don't want to freak her out.
No, she's not listening today. Today
she is, if of all days, because of the driving, she's definitely got her little XM unit prepared.
I see.
But, yeah, there's a fucking distinct possibility. I mean, Jesus. I mean, I don't even know how we were able to bond so closely, but we did. We did.
She's great. What can I tell you? She's great in every single way.
She let me
Don't even
fall
say
down.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not going to do anything. Fall down. Mr. B, Fez, we went to Alki and Solaire's house on Saturday. Right?
Why would you do that?
The next...
Nothing but trouble happens there.
The next day, obviously I was hungover from that day, and I'm feeling sick and stuff, and she just very quietly asked, do you want me to pull over to throw up? Like that. And not, ooh, you're disgusting. This,
right.
I said, no, you know what? I'll wait till I get to their house.
You know what this reminds me of? The first reel of Barfly, before everything went really bad. Right. Just the early stages.
Yeah, I know. Well, then we get to the house, and I sat down, I talked to him for a couple minutes, and I said, if you'll excuse me, I have to now throw up.
Uh-huh.
I did. I was very loud. I heard people laughing downstairs at me.
Yeah.
Laughing. I hear one voice. Are you okay? Do you need any help? That's Casey.
Wow.
Not Solaire's children.
No, they don't like me.
Dennis, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Eastside Dave, I'm your biggest fan. I love you, man. You're so funny on the show. But that girl, when I saw her on MySpace, that girl's way too hot for you. You better stay on that show and not move to North Carolina, because when she sees that pasty face and that hot sun...
Dennis, let me tell you something.
Without the show...
Dennis, I got news for you. I saw the way she was looking at Dave the other night.
Really?
Yeah. When she came in to do the show. You don't know with me. I'm clocking her. All right? I'm going to tell you the truth, Dave.
Oh, no.
I'm an old fucking carny. I'm always looking for the mark, always looking for the angle. And I honestly believe she legitimately digs you.
Yeah.
You're saying you're stupid shit. She's giggling like you mean it on purpose. Right now, everything you're doing, she's digging.
Yeah. I think we have very similar personalities in a weird way. And maybe that's all it takes. In the end, it's not what's on the outside, but it's what on the inside, is what I've learned.
Come on, I thought you learned not to talk about that on the air.
No, Mr. B. I'm talking about feelings and personality.
Oh, I thought you meant about getting in the inside.
No, please.
All right.
Let's keep it classy.
I thought that's what you meant. That's why I was trying to stop you.
No,
I thought you meant.
No, I'm talking that.
Rob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Dave, when you said it was magical, are you saying you tapped that balloon knot?
Okay.
All right, see that's one of the problems.
Damn it.
That's one of the problems you're having.
This is what we're talking about here, folks. We're going to keep this romantic.
And I think, what's the hurry with that? Save that one.
I am not going to discuss.
I like to save that one.
Hot in here. Not going to talk about that.
My thing is always save it for when you're really mad at her.
Okay. Boy, I can't comment on anything like that.
So you're not thinking about asking her to move in with you yet? Because let me tell you something. I think it's a gigantic mistake that you don't.
You think so? You know what?
You know what a rent in fucking New York runs? You guys double your rent now.
Yes.
You each take your stupid Queens rent. You got a Manhattan one bedroom.
I know. Trust me, I've been fucking thinking about it since Saturday.
Something pretty odd there, Earl. I was in a hurry today. Had to eat on the run. It was fucking nightmarish. I thought it was going to be late today. Yeah. So what have you come up with?
I just been thinking about it, Yeah. I mean, I know she has said there's an apartment here, apartment there. But at the same time, I don't want to fucking rush things. I mean, now we were on the phone for 2 weeks, then hang out for a week. But, I mean...
I think you're ready.
Can I tell you the truth? I moved in with a chick just the same way.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And how long did that last?
Well, we had 2 kids with her. So, worked out.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a fucking really great story. Well, things have changed then. There's a big part of me that wants that. But I don't want to scare.
But see, you know what? I'm more the guy who goes, no, I'm not going to try to find something wrong with this. I'm not going to try to fight this. I'm going to believe in it.
I believe.
You, on the other hand.
No, I believe.
No.
I am a believer.
Why is she riding around? Who are you? Are you fucking Davy Jones? Why is she driving all around Queens then like an animal today? Instead of you and her walking around Manhattan, find yourself a nice 212 fucking place for yourself.
I have work. I mean,
so what? Work. Quit work. Sleep out in the rain. I can't believe it, Earl. This really makes you the outsider nerd of the show.
Yeah, I feel
this makes you no chick guy.
Yeah, I'm the only guy right now, just like totally like ass out and alone right now. I'm feeling really lonely, quite honestly.
Oh, okay. Look who it is, Hollywood's own Jay Moore. Hello, Jay.
Hey, Earl is the only black also.
Yeah. By the way, you've got to see Al Sharpton talking today. He gave a press conference about the cops going in, and he said something about all 5. He wanted to say all 5 cops shot, and so all 5 cops should have been indicted. He goes like this: all 5 cops should be shot. Wait. And everybody behind him, all the black people behind him in this thing start fucking cracking up. What I meant is not that they should be shot. That's crazy talk. So, Earl, big day for you. 3 out of 5.
Yeah, that's a nice batting average.
Is this the thing that Hassan was on stage for?
Yeah, this is Hassan's big act.
I like that he stopped drinking because he was waking up next to Dead Wolf.
Yeah, that's his A stuff right there.
So I just dropped my son off at school.
Yeah.
And the hour before that, I got to make his breakfast. I wake up with him. I have to bathe him. He's got to brush his teeth, comb his hair. I got to put clothes on him, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I wait for, all that stuff to happen. And then I drop him off at school. And then bingo, it's 9:15. I go, I'm going to call Ron and Fez just to say hi.
Ah. Well, I'm glad you had an exciting morning, and it was like courtship of Eddie's father for you.
Hey, Dave, what did you do with the girl the other night? What happened? Hold on, because we spoke Friday. I want to see if you learned anything.
What I learned is that I can express my feelings on the radio and say magic was made, Mr. Moore. Magic, and I ain't going to hide it.
Did you have sex with this girl?
I'm not saying it like that.
Dave, it's me.
I'm not talking about it like
JJ.
that.
Talk to JJ.
I am not talking to JJ like
that.
Talk to J-Bo. I don't care if he is Mr. Hollywood.
Settle it down. Be a person, all right?
Okay.
We're all going to be people.
All right,
Stop screaming.
I got a little excited.
But the thing is, you worried about your condom problem, right? When you touch yourself with a condom, it goes limp. How did that work out?
Look, everything worked out fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to do that.
Was it smart to save the nut for a whole week?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But really, let's keep this classy. Let's keep it magical.
Why don't you wear like 3 or 4 condoms, and then when you fuck, it's like 2 bats in the on deck circle.
I wouldn't be able to do that. It would be like a quick noodle right off the bat.
So you had sex. So you had sex with this girl.
You know what? Speaking of that, though, Jay, what if they did come up with a dick donut, something that you could just fucking jack with that extra heavy weight? Although that tightness might be what you're looking for. Or the dick donut to make a girl with a big pussy fucking feel like nice and tight. Don't worry about your big fucking twat. I got on the dick donut.
I got my dick donut and a little pine tar to simulate girth. Did you fuck this girl, Dave, or what?
I'm not going to
just cough if you did.
I'm not going to cough. For once in my life, don't fuck me in the ass, Jay Moore.
Let me ask you this, but for real. Because it is the 90s. Did you wear a condom?
There was condoms there. Look, we don't have to discuss details here.
Where?
What happened Saturday? Did it happen Sunday?
Magic was made Saturday and Sunday.
Magic was made.
Monday morning?
You could be talking about Ron Wood and Bo Diddley at the Ritz. Wow. Magic is made. Who knows?
So it's been going on constantly since Saturday night.
Yeah, right.
Weekend of Magic.
There's no romance. Romance.
Fez, you on the show today, Fez?
I didn't even hear you.
I said, Fez, you're on the show today?
Yes, I'm on the show.
Well, you never know. The way you saw Dave is taking over with his new pal, Mr. Bennington.
Fez, he had a rough morning today. We were trying to hide it for everybody, and Jay pointed at him. You all right, Fez?
Yep, I'm fine.
Did you call Dr. Noel Taylor?
You see that? Did you see what you did, Jay?
I'm good.
What did I do?
I'm not worried about Jay Moore.
You pointed him out, and now he's upset. He had a rough morning this morning.
I'm not the one that lets a redheaded guy take over my partner's spot.
I'm not letting him take over. He's assisting a little bit. He's helping out.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
So defensive. Who left?
Nobody left. Everybody's here.
It's like saying you're taking over the Ghost Whisperer.
Well, I am.
Oh. Well, actually, it's been a lot better since Jay came in.
Well, yeah. Come on, Fez. That's crazy talk. As Mr. T would say, I don't have time for that jibber-jabber. Fez, what's wrong, Fez?
No, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I am absolutely fine today.
Fez, my wife thinks you're the funniest guy in radio, let alone this show. She thinks she can't wait for you to open your mouth.
Why just radio? Why limit him to... And why say stuff like, she can't wait till you open your mouth? See, even as a compliment, it hurts.
Still.
He's just a golfer, and Fez goes, he would have loved all the walking. Oh, she's on the car crying, laughing so hard.
Oh, do that impression of Fez again that you do, Jay.
He would have loved all the walking.
That's pretty good.
I think it's his worst.
Well, also, Brittany today left rehab a little early.
Again, huh?
Hey, Fez, did you call Dr. Noel Taylor?
No, I didn't call Dr. Noel Taylor because I already have an appointment set up with a psychiatrist.
Well, every time you make an appointment, it's like something it's like the game.
Jay, this isn't happening. You're not helping him. You're putting the light on him today. It's not a good day.
Hey, Fez, can I have your phone number off the air, for real?
Yes, you can.
Okay, will you guys put me on hold?
Give it to him on the air. All right, this is always worth it. All right, give him Fez's number. Give him his cell number right here, so he can call him right now, and you guys can go in the other room and talk.
Earl, you know my cell number.
Why does everybody got to bring that up, Dave, that you talk too much on the show and you get in Fez's way?
I have no idea. Just, Fez is here to stay, for fuck's sake. I'm just a fucking shit picker.
And it's not like Dave is pushing him out of the way. We had something else planned to talk about. Fez didn't feel good at the start of the show. I give the bullpen call. Dave, come on in. We're going to go over your personal life. Obviously, you don't want to do that, Dave. But you know what? You do it for the team.
Right. I'm just Graham Lloyd here. Fucking Ron and Fez or Clemens and Pettit. Just chill out.
Maybe you're Oil Can Boyd. Wow. And what was the Graham's name in the fucking Iowa Ghost movie? He was something Graham.
Oh, yeah, Moonlight Graham.
Yeah, Moonlight or Moonbeam?
Moonlight. Moonlight Graham.
Yeah.
And that guy really exists. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
I get Sports Illustrated. I'm no different than you.
Oh, okay.
I'm no different than you. I'm able to read all these stories.
Oh, I actually did never get
I'm part of the club.
I never got the SI article, but as soon as that movie came out, I went to my baseball encyclopedia and looked him up, and behold, there he was.
I have a problem with that baseball encyclopedia. It's just one book.
Right.
To me, encyclopedia is all the books A through Z. That's an encyclopedia.
You're saying it's more of like a baseball dictionary?
If.
Well, I mean,
it's a reference book, yes, but it's not an encyclopedia.
Oh, okay.
Encyclopedia A through Z. Well, of course, the X and the Y, they all share. You know what I mean? You do it at a certain point where everybody shares in. Here is, let me go over here to Greg. Greg, you're on Fez.
Yeah, I was just wondering what they had for dinner on Friday. Did they have tossed salads with their steaks?
Not necessary, because that was a pun that you're trying to do.
Right.
And you're trying to get me to say something that I'm not going to.
You caught him, buddy.
I did.
You know what you did? You caught him trying to set you up.
I nabbed him.
And you're in a lovely relationship. You not only got the hot girl, but she turns out to be the cool girl. What more could you want in life?
Nothing.
You got everything. Now, you refuse to ask her to live with you.
No, I don't refuse it at all. I am seriously considering it, but I don't want to frighten her off like a little bumblebee.
I think you should skip ahead. It went so well. I would propose marriage.
Well, that would be a little bit too much.
Hey, how did the big party go Saturday night? The big get-together.
I heard it went great. I wasn't there.
At H. Riley's. You didn't go?
I was at the Pogues.
Yeah.
But I heard it was awesome. I heard Anthony sang the Midnight Rider theme song.
Beautiful.
And
I remember you sang that one time, too. Oh, man, I'll never forget this. It was after O&A got fired, and he sang that fucking song at Bar 9.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the all-time greatest. So I heard it was actually a good turnout, and people had a lot of fun.
Good. Here's Len. Len, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Ron and Fezzy. Listen, man, you got to get rid of this guy. Eastside Dave is just like an albatross around the show's neck.
Len, stay out of this, please. What do we just have to sit here and explain?
He's unbearable.
What do we just have to explain to you, the listeners, and really the fucking, what I now consider the head listener, Jay Moore, who speaks for all the listeners. Dave did not want to come in here today. He felt like he needed to.
No. You got to just ban him. You got to bar him. He's pulling you guys under every second.
All right, shut up, please. I just tried to fucking explain to you what's going on with Fezzy. He needed a little fucking time today. I got the word, and I don't know where she was at the beginning of the show, but she's back on now. Lily and Pitsy were at the show. Did they come in today? Either one of them?
Pitsy's here. He's right here.
Are they an item? Is this something I should know about?
They've been trying. I think they've been playing little cat and mouse games for quite a while now.
Little flirtation?
Yes.
No,
they're not perfect.
She didn't know how to get there, so I met her on the Parkway.
Smart.
And we took two separate cars.
Did the old Parkway gimmick. Smart. I like it.
Yeah.
You know what? Why don't you do this? I'll meet you at the rest area. Everything's going to work out. So how was the party?
It was great, man. We had a great time.
What did you sing, Pitsy?
I didn't sing. I didn't get a chance.
Mr. Backstreet Boy?
Yeah, I know. Somebody was supposed to sign me up, but I guess they had a few too many and never signed me up.
Don't go solo without me, though.
No, I know. I didn't want to really turn my back on Dave.
What about Justin Timberlake? He went solo, and he's bigger than ever.
That's the point.
Pitsy's bringing sexy back.
If between the two of you, he's the lead singer, and you're no. You're
follow me.
No, he doesn't. You're like that black guy on American Idol. That maybe he's a good singer, but only behind people.
That's total. I sing the lead. I always felt.
Yeah, but you fuck the words up all the time. Fire escape and all that shit you add in there to put your Dave touch to it.
Yeah, you got the word fire escape, and I want it that way or whatever. That
I'm pretty sure it's there.
Why would it be?
You have to look.
You are my fire escape. You sing to somebody.
You're the way I'm able to, get out of things, to get out of burning places. Makes total sense. It's like you're the way I'm able to get out of trouble. You're my fire escape.
Tim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, when you go to a fancy restaurant and the chef comes out to see how your meal was, I was wondering if Dave lets the new girl talk to chefs.
You know what? This is nothing. You're not that guy anymore. No. You're not the loser guy. You're the winner guy.
Hey, by the way.
Who's today's big winner?
Me?
Who's the big casino winner? Who's the big winner at the casino? Mikey is. Yay, Mikey. Mikey's the real big winner.
Oh.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is, bring on the fucking chef jokes now.
Yeah, it doesn't bother you.
Irrelevant. Right?
Not relevant at all to your life.
This chick, and I wouldn't care if she was with the chef, but it means nothing.
You really wouldn't care?
I wouldn't care.
If she leaves with the chef?
That's how special this one is.
So you are ready to let her date?
No.
Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
I know Dave used to say with his old girlfriend she couldn't get on Pal Talk. Is he going to start to censor Casey?
No, my old girlfriend wouldn't let me on Pal Talk. I don't care if she...
You also said you would get mad if she ever got on there.
Oh, you're right. You're right about that.
You still want her to go e-clubbing? Casey, go e-clubbing.
Yeah, she's allowed to have her hobbies. I feel like I don't want to change her. She's a butterfly.
Smart. And butterflies are free.
Exactly. They fly around. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm going to put her in a fucking jar? No, that's not the way we play.
You got a whole new attitude with this one.
I do.
Tom, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
I got two things about Earl here. First of all, I'm wondering now that 3 cops have been indicted, does Earl still think that the fix is in? And secondly, I'm wondering if anybody noticed that on Friday's show where the interns took over, on the replay, half of the show was an old O&A bit, and then last night, Earl didn't play it at all.
I got 15,000 emails telling me that Earl had set this up. Earl, you claim it was the fault of DC, though, right?
Yes, it is.
So is there any time that you could replay that show in the future?
Oh, sure. We can replay it if I can find it.
What do you mean if you can find it?
Well, the show's missing. The show's, we save every show, and I can't find it. I mean, that which isn't to say it's lost. I just can't find it. But we can replay it.
All right, Pitsy, do you feel like this is a setup that Earl, for whatever reason, we've never lost the show before and never had any problems on the replay. You guys did great the other day.
Thank you.
You did make a major mistake over there on the board, which is great.
I think he's getting back at me for those little mouse jabs I was giving at him throughout the day.
Yeah, the mouse jabs were funny, too. You got off some good lines. Everybody, I think, stepped up, but I got to tell you the truth. I was shocked. Bronx Johnny's the only one who didn't seem like he wanted to do, hey, let me show how I can walk on the wire.
I think he was playing both sides of the fence in case we fucked up so that he could jump on Dave and Earl's team. So maybe he didn't want to take any heat in case things went wrong.
See, that's a mistake, though. What you want to do when you get put in the game is to go deep. Go deep every single time and go, look, I'm that guy. Because what really shocked me is that he didn't act any different than any other day. Lily was running around here basically doing a Holly Hunter, which you would think Fez and I wouldn't like. We loved that. We loved seeing her yelling at people, running in here, reminding of us and stuff during the commercial breaks. She really took some control. The anti-Earl, if you will. The anti-Dave.
Yeah.
Dave, who can only talk about himself and his girlfriend. So it was very, very exciting to see that. Nas did a great job of getting a cool guest. Everybody stood up. Shell did a great job, but Bronx Johnny just acted like Bronx Johnny from 6-7 months ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I was so busy with the board. I was so focused in what I was doing. I didn't have time to direct traffic. I don't know if that stems from the top or I think he took it upon himself to do that. So, I don't know.
Standing by to talk to us, we have James Lipton from Inside the Actors Studio. The new season of Inside the Actors Studio starts tonight on Bravo. Tonight's episode, that's going to feature Mark Ruffalo. You can check everything out on BravoTV.com.
Mr. Lipton, welcome to the Ron and Fez show.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
So tonight's the new season. How many seasons are we into now?
This is our 13th.
Wow, 13 years.
It's a long time in television life, huh?
Yeah, it's an amazingly long run for television. When you started this 13 years ago, how many episodes did you think you'd get out of it?
What a good question. You want the truth?
Here
it comes. Look, I thought it's going to be about craft. It's not going to be about gossip. Maybe we'll collect 5,000 people who give a damn. And if you had held a gun to my head in 1994 and said, I'm going to pull the trigger unless you predict that this show will be in 80 million homes on Bravo in America in 125 countries and will receive 12 Emmy nominations, and the master's degree program that you're creating with it will become the largest graduate drama school in America, I'm going to pull the trigger. I would have said, pull the trigger, man. Because I'm a goner. I mean, I predicted none of it. I knew none of it. I understood none of it. It happened.
Now, you had already done some of these without televising them, right?
No, they were simultaneous. They happened together. as a vice president of the studio, I was creator with my colleagues of the Actors Studio Drama School. I became its dean. I was its dean for 10 years, and then I created the show as a classroom in the school. So it all happened simultaneously. The very first guest was Paul Newman, and the next was Alec Baldwin. I mean, they started right away. It was just meant to be. It was meant to be live. I thought it would be live, just a seminar. Mm-hmm. And then when I got these responses from people like Alec and Paul and Sally Field and Dennis Hopper, I sent word back into the professional community from which I had come, and said, "Look, anybody interested in Bravo?" Said yes. The rest is for better or for worse, is history.
And do you have everything on DVD? Have you released all the?
No, we've released the first four.
The first four.
First five was released a few months ago, and we're about to release the next five now. They're just about to come out, and that's leading men. That's De Niro, Pacino, Sean Penn, Russell Crowe, and a single of Johnny Depp.
Now, that's going to be pretty cool. You got to figure for kids around the country that don't live on either coast, they now have a chance to see these people basically with you teach a course, I guess, in acting.
Exactly.
Almost. Yeah.
They have the same privilege that the master's degree candidates, the actors, writers, and directors of the Actors Studio Drama School at Pace University have, which is to be there in the presence of these people and to learn from them, not just the technique of acting, but the events, the people, the experiences that shaped them as people and as artists. I've just finished writing my book, Inside, which tells you what it's about, which is a history, of course, of inside the Actors Studio and of all of these heroes of my life, and also is my autobiography. It's coming out in October. And in that, I relate all of the backstage, so to speak, data of these extraordinary past 12 and a half years.
Do you find that some of these actors in particular, or directors who don't really get a chance to talk much, do you have to calm some of them down? Do they show up pretty nervous, or?
You're absolutely right. They do. Paul Newman was trembling. Harrison Ford was shaking so hard I thought that he was rattling the chair. I was afraid that his microphone would pick it up. And afterward, I don't eat before I go on there. I don't eat all day because we're going to be there for 4 or 5 hours with the guest. You know, it would be like playing a basketball game or boxing 15 rounds. You don't eat before you go out there. And I discovered that the guests often don't either. And so I will say to them at the end of the evening, my wife and I are going up to Elaine's restaurant here in New York for some supper at midnight because I'm famished. Do you want to go? And Harrison was one of the many of the guests who said, sure, let's go. And he and my wife and I sat down, and he said, I got a confession to make to you. He said, I didn't sleep for 3 nights before I came to you. And I said, for God's sake, you're Indiana Jones. And he said, yeah, I was really scared.
Well, I always notice, too, I mean, if you watch a lot of the even award shows, a lot of our actors, our best actors, aren't very good public speakers. They're not really... It's not what
what they were born to do.
You're right, not personalities.
No, well, but look, when you're public speaking, when you're on my show, or on Letterman or Leno or Larry King or on any of them, you are not playing a role. You're not hiding behind a character. Many of the shyest of my guests, De Niro, Pacino, Newman, Harrison Ford, they are the reason we discover in the course of the 4 or 5 hours that they're with me that they became actors was because it was the only way that they could express what was really inside them without exposing themselves personally, without the dangerous phenomenon of being oneself. And that, for me, has been one of the miracles of our show, personally. I'm not saying we're a good show. I'm only saying that these are the things I like about it. And this is one of the things that I like a lot, is that in the course of the evening, as they relax, even the shyest of them, they become enormously generous of themselves and unself-conscious. You can't see the cameras where we place them in our theater at Pace University, and they and I become unaware of them. Also, mine is the only show of its kind, of all the where there's no pre-interview. That was a decision I made in 1994. That's why I have to work for 2 weeks, night and day, to prepare for each guest. But the result of that is that the guest does not know what's coming next. It is not scripted. There was no pre-interview. And so that nobody knows what to expect next. And the way I've described it to myself, and I describe it in my book finally when I realized this is how I feel about it, it's as if we were in a circus tent. 2 rope ladders go up to a high wire, and the guest climbs one, I climb the other, and we meet out on this high wire for 4 or 5 hours, and we're up there without a net.
Uh-huh.
And then in the edit room, I am responsible for putting it all together in such a way that that a narrative appears and that the show has a particular shape, and we go from A to B to C to C in the course of an hour or 2 hours on the air.
In the 2 weeks, you should know these people pretty well, I guess.
I do.
But did anybody even surprise you after that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those are the best moments. Just as an actor likes surprises, I enjoy them on the show, and I think the audience enjoys them. The most famous, I think, was the night that Jack Lemmon was with us, only a few months before his death. And he was, of course, Jack, which is to say he was so incredibly open and generous and kind. And his relationship with the students, with those master's degree candidates, was perfect. And we were talking about Days of Wine and Roses. And I was trying to make a point, as always, for the students, as their deed. And I said, the most famous scenes in Days of Wine and Roses, when you smash the greenhouse looking for the bottle, or you're in a straitjacket in jail, they're big and they're very effective. But the most moving moment in that movie for me was the simplest, when you stood up in front of the AA meeting for the first time and said those historic words, and then I stopped, because I like to get my guests to say their most famous lines in front of the students. I tried to get De Niro to say, "You're talking to me," but he wouldn't do it. But Tom Hanks did say, "Life is like a box of chocolates." And so I waited, and Jack said, "My name is so-and-so, and I'm an alcoholic." And I said to the students, "There you are. Look how simple. Look how simple. And yet how moving." And he repeated the line. And I said, I said, "That's acting." He said, "No." He said, "No, Jim, I'm an alcoholic." And there follows on the show a 15-second pause, a silence. And we stare at each other, and then we go on. And afterward, his wife said to me, "That's the first time Jack has ever said that in public."
So that, hey, when you look at Lemmon too, have we ever had anybody better than him as far as doing drama and comedy and so consistent?
Well, I think, I don't know who's better and who's worse. I think Brando is one of our greatest actors.
Yeah.
Nicholson, De Niro, Pacino. I'm mentioning many. Jack was not a member of the Actors Studio. All of these others were. Dustin Hoffman. These are extraordinary actors. Each one is unique, and each one brings his own soul, his own unique and very special and unforgettable soul to the work.
Now that you've been through so many of the legends, do you worry about the show? Do you worry whether there's going to be enough to go on? Have you ever thought about bringing people back?
My current list, I recently sent out letters, invitations to about 75 people. That'll take me through a few years. But the one person that I want the most, and have never had yet, and hope to have. Remember that we are the Actors Studio Drama School of Pace University. We are a master's degree program. I was its dean for 10 years. It is a school. That's what counts to me. On the night that one of my graduated students has achieved so much as an artist that he or she walks out on that stage and sits down in that chair next to me, that's the guest I want the most.
I bet. Have you had a lot of success coming out of that school yet? Or?
Oh, yeah. We've had. Remember, we're a young school. We've only been in existence for 12 years.
Right.
So we've only had 9 graduating classes. We're a 3-year MFA. And Bradley Cooper comes out of our school. He's a wonderful actor. He was on Alias, and he was on Broadway co-starring with Julia Roberts. He's a terrific actor, and he's a product of our school.
James Lipton is on the air with us. He is the host of Inside the Actors Studio. It starts its new season tonight, 8 o'clock on Bravo.
Thanks for being on with us, James.
Hey, guys, thank you very, very much.
All right, and the new book is when?
Inside, published by Dutton on October the 23rd, 2007, and it tells all of it. It tells everything that you don't know about Inside the Actors Studio, and also, God help me, everything you don't know about me.
Thank you very much, sir.
I thank you both.
Take care.
Bye.
Inside the Actors Studio. I had no idea that it was that young of a school. I always thought that had been around for a long time.
It is something that seems like it's been around for like 25, 30 years. And he was very James Lipton.
I thought the Inside the Actors Studio had a connection with the new school. It doesn't have a connection with the new school?
He said Pace University.
Yeah, but that's the weird thing.
But the Actors Studio has been around a long time. The Actors Studio has been around since the 50s.
Right.
So, I don't know. I didn't want to go through all the fucking details with them. But I thought that those kids that were in that school were connected with that thing. The old Actors Studio.
Yeah, that's what I was...
like Brando was in that, right?
Right, yes. Lee Strasberg.
James Dean.
Right.
Jimmy Dean. Marilyn Monroe was in the Actors Studio.
She was in there.
Yeah.
Nicholson was in there.
Earl, who's the director, the kind of first independent director of New York? You know what I'm talking about?
John Cassavetes?
Cassavetes, I think, was all part of that. And all of his actors.
Yeah, like Gina Rowland and Peter Falk and all that.
You know what I hate when somebody, the thing is, he's a nice enough guy, but I hate when they fall back into telling the story that you've seen him tell fucking 20 times. Like, I was kind of enjoying him until he hit the Jack Lemmon story. Because every time he's on somebody's show, he tells the Jack Lemmon story.
Oh.
And I mean, Jack Lemmon's not the only alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? Let's not stop. Who's surprised that anyone's an alcoholic nowadays? You know what I'm saying?
Especially old guys.
Yeah, a guy who's partied for a while.
They had his run with the booze.
Right. You only get so many drinks in your life. Even if you're...
If it was Tobey Maguire, you're breaking Access Hollywood stuff.
Right, but even if you're a cautious drinker, by the time you're at 60, 65, you've had enough drinks.
to qualify.
Yeah, the shit's going to fucking rain down on you at that point. The liver will give out. If not for that, for, some other reason. So, that was my only beef with him.
I was enjoying the metaphors. I'm like a prize fighter. I'm like a high wire act.
That's another thing, when anyone acts like their job is so fucking difficult.
Without a net.
Small man.
Yeah.
Met him once. He did give me a handshake, though.
My problem is always this, though. Okay, you do an hour a week, and you got a major celebrity. We do 30 fucking hours a week, and things aren't going well, and we got to call David and ask him about his life. Why Jay Moore fucking puts pins in that.
So, Inside the Actors Studio, that premieres tonight on Bravo at 8 o'clock. 300 was the #1 movie at the box office this weekend.
They've already signed up a sequel, too. 301, they're calling it. What 301 men can do.
I think it's made $127.5 million now in 2 weeks.
$127.5 trillion.
Trillion, that good.
They say it's 2 weekends. It's not really 2 weeks yet. It's I don't know how they do that, but it's really only that you make that in like 9 days.
Oh right, yeah.
When you think about it.
Right.
Instead of 14 days.
And Wild Hogs also just bring it, despite really horrible reviews, that went over the 100 million mark.
Well, one of the things on Wild Hogs is that they think, or they're alluding to the fact, that kids are buying tickets to Wild Hogs to get in the R-rated 300. Because they're not, like, if two 14-year-old kids walk up, you can't go to the 300. It's an R-rated movie. It's supposed to be you and your ma. But, let's face it. There's fucking 300, there's 300 goddamn cinemas and these AMCs anymore. They cannot keep up where all these kids are going.
No, I love doing that. I have myself a double dip. I get one film and then I go in and see the other one for free.
I never do that.
Yeah.
The main reason is I don't want to watch films back to back.
Really?
I don't want to cost myself the first film by thinking, by putting in the second one. You know what I'm saying? Like, after you see the second film, you can't sit around and think about the first film at all anymore.
I just like pretending it's my very own little private film festival. And I have my own little VIP pass, and I'm just going to check out a bunch of movies.
Even with a film festival, I will not sit there and go back-to-back movies. Drives me nuts. I can't sit that long. I got to be able to say, I saw the movie, and now I got to deal with it.
I love sitting in general. It's just a fun thing to do.
Sure.
Now, Variety, they did an article about how these movies, 300, Wild Hogs, Norbit, these that have been out this past few weeks, just get horrendous reviews by the critics, and yet they're just box office magic. Just the huge numbers coming in.
Ghost Rider was the same way.
Oh, yeah, Ghost Rider. Gigantic.
There's no good movies out. And people are going to... One thing is for certain. People keep going to the movies. They're just always going to go to the movies. So it doesn't matter what's out. So I guess we're all fucked, is what I'm trying to say.
Kirk, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I went to see Wild Hogs this weekend. It was jam-packed.
Yeah, I think that could be the 300 people spreading that thing. But if you, I gotta agree with what Dave's saying here. You go see a movie on a Saturday. It's fucking jam-packed. I don't give a shit what the movie is. People are packing it out on a Saturday. Yeah, and you have 900 TV channels, and you have a DVD player. But people still love to go to the movies only on Saturday.
Absolutely, but it's still, there's like very few things as fun as still going to the movies. No matter how good DVD quality is, it's not the same.
Casper, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, how's it going?
Good, man.
Tarantino's coming out with a new one. I think you got to sit there through two of them. It's called Grindhouse. He's doing one part, and Robert Rodriguez is doing the other.
And basically, have you seen the previews for this?
Saw it yesterday.
Where they're trying to make it already look like it's an old film from the 70s. They've kind of damaged the film. They've taken a hammer to it, threw some Pepsi on it, and then also went in a clip so it looks like you're missing 4 or 5 seconds of film here and there, like you're like it's 1978 and you happen to be at a drive-in. This one I will go and sit through both of them because I think that is the full film experience for that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
What they're trying to say is imagine it's 1974. You're at the fucking drive-ins. This is your night. Because they've even got fake trailers to go through both of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And different people have shot the trailers. Different cool directors have shot trailers for movies that really they're not even going to make. Which I guarantee you, if this thing's a hit, they'll go out and make those movies.
I saw the one with the girl who has a machine gun for her leg.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this could be the best or the worst episode.
I'm not... Is that Rodriguez's, the machine gun leg?
Yeah.
And then the other one, Tarantino's, is...
Kurt Russell, right?
It's like a runaway car, supercar, with a super stuntman driving it.
Where he's indestructible or whatever it is.
Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, congratulations, Dave.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm glad you've been promoted to third mic.
Hey, Joe, get off Fez's fucking back today, please. If I am just fucking asking you, please. It's fucking stupid. Ted, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, if people are paying to see crap, then Paulo's Gap could make $30 billion then.
When Mighty Horse rocks, he rocks a fat ass. When Mighty Horse rocks, he rocks a fat ass.
Thanks, Stink Bomb. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ.
So with this Variety article, it's like, are the critics even necessary if they're going to hate everything? That's a popcorn-type movie, and yet it's still box office bonanza. Are they really necessary?
Necessary to who?
To even critique movies.
They are to their readers.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. But it seems like they need someone to review these movies that the mass appeal audiences are all going out to see.
Why?
Well, it's they're not going to like anything. With a popcorn audience is still going to want to review, but it could, someone
Why would they want to review? They already proved they don't give a shit about the review. These people would eat shit. We just, the whole point of this is they are fucking showing up And a lot of them are going to be jumping up and down like monkeys, acting like they're enjoying themselves. And they don't give a fuck what the review is. So what are you saying? A reviewer who gives these movies positive reviews?
Yeah.
But they stink.
Yeah, but I mean, it seems like maybe if someone from that audience reviewed these things for, kind of like the best of the worst is what they need.
Who would read it?
I think anyone who would also read like ain'titcoolnews.com or something like that.
Well, ain'titcoolnews.com is people that that goes to show it. You've got that. Harry does that job. He is going to say, the 300 kicks ass, dudes. You know what I mean? Like, he already... But at the same time, did he give Ghost Rider a fucking good review?
No.
No, he pounded it in the dirt.
Yeah, so it just, I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on if you're going to listen to critics or not.
Well, they don't listen to the critics. That's the fucking point. None of the people. First of all, when you say people, you're really looking at 18-year-old kids that are filling up the thing on the weekends. Basically, it's a place to finger bang when you don't have your own apartment. So I don't think that they sit around and read reviews.
Yeah, and
what do you think, Earl?
Well, I think. Well,
are you anti-reviewer?
I take reviews like a grain of salt. I mean, I remember the first Ace Ventura. They thought it was so bad that they didn't even send it out to reviewers, and the movie was a phenomenal success.
So you can't blame that on reviewers either way.
Let's
say this 300 movie. The trip of what's going
on the road with lots of.
It's like watching a movie. It's like watching none of that.
Like the Grindhouse.
Yeah.
Preview.
Alex, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah.
300. I guess all the Iranians are boycotting Persia as bad, but sadly enough, most Americans don't even know that Persia is a.
What's the normal Iranian box office anyway? Any given weekend? I do not think these people are worried about it. By the way, though, I understand that this movie, biggest opening ever in Greece. People in Greece are lined up to see 300. And it's got to be weird when your peak came over 2,000 years ago. Like, even like with Rome, you still go back, they had the Middle Ages, and then they had Mussolini. Something was happening.
Right.
With Greece, you hit that early thing where it's amazing. Everything's going great here. They're coming up with art and poetry and philosophy and government, and then it moves off that little place and never comes back. Nothing has happened there for 2,000 years. All right, we were talking about the movie thing. This dummy caught Pulp Fiction over the weekend. Now, I've seen that fucking movie 100 times. Time and time and time again. But what I did not know is, all right, the scene where the kid comes blasting out and he misses them, right? He misses Travolta and Jackson. Do you know who that guy is that's shooting? The one hiding? It's Alexis Arquette that goes on to be in The Surreal World.
Yeah.
I had no idea. My chick says to me, that's Alexis Arquette. I'm like, bullshit.
Right.
That guy is Alexis Arquette with the curly fucking hair? I had to have my IMDb it after that. I'm like, how can you sit and watch a fucking movie for years like that and not know this? Now, I knew it was an Arquette brother. I had no idea it was Alexis.
Yeah, no, I knew. I think he went by Alex back then. And then, because I watched that season of Surreal Life and he mentioned it. I think that makes it even cooler. Like, I love when shit like that happens. Like, the guy who wrote the soundtrack for Clockwork Orange then later had a sex change operation, similar to the Arquette thing. And that just makes Clockwork Orange even weirder to me. I love off-the-screen type things like that.
Did we find out where she's going?
No, I could I could try and find out.
Yeah, find out. Because this is driving me nuts. It's like, you know what this reminds me of? Like when the Brady Bunch went to Hawaii. I have the same kind of feelings right now. It's like a very, very special PT. All right, 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Earl, there is a thread right now on ronfez.net. Greatest American director all time. Greatest American director all time. Who would you be picking? Because that's a tough move when you think about it. And it's tough not to give it to Spielberg because he's been the most successful.
I would have to say Scorsese. As far as quality work, consistent. Every film is always memorable. He's had very few... I mean, he hasn't had the commercial successes, let's say, of a Spielberg, but you can find something memorable in every single film that he's done.
What about for you, Fez?
I think I would have to go with Spielberg. Greatest American director ever. The huge hits, big movies. Yeah, I would say Spielberg.
But if you... no, I mean, it's just very... I mean, yeah, most successful, definitely. I don't know about greatest. And wouldn't you even have to go back and start thinking about like a John Ford from the 50s?
Yeah, with
maybe a D.W. Griffith from the early days. It's very tough not to throw those people into it.
Yeah, I mean, I always think of a guy, even like, what's that, not Elia Kazan?
Yeah.
Elia Kazan, maybe.
I don't know if his name is Elia. It's like Eliza or some, what is it?
I think, Eliza? No.
Eliza's...
Elia.
No, I think it is Elia, now come to think of it. Something like that.
I mean, he had a string of films in the 50s, early 60s that rank up there with anybody as far as, you know.
No, yeah, you're right. You are right. And, of course, that name is forgotten about because he's a fucking dirty snitch. And what do snitches get?
Stitches.
What do snitches and talkers get? Stitches and walkers.
Stitches and walkers.
All right. You better learn the Mafia Life Chris thing. If you're going to play online fucking Mafia games. What about for you, David?
As much as I love Scorsese, Kubrick is, I think, the best American director because everything. He broke camera work grounds. Yeah. He was visual. His stories hold up.
All right, but what about this? You go to a fucking island, right? Mm-hmm. You can only have a box set.
Right.
You have all Kubricks or all Spielbergs or all Scorseses. That's where you're really thinking there. What do you want?
I would go... All right, I'll probably then say all Scorseses.
What about you, Earl?
Scorsese.
Yeah.
I would take all Spielbergs. On the desert island.
As much as I love Indiana Jones, there's only so much you can watch Temple of Doom.
You would be screaming to me from your island, please loan me your DVDs.
I don't know, though. I mean, what movie do you always watch over and over? It's got to be Goodfellas, right? That really, more than anything, I'm going to say Godfather. But has Coppola been as fucking consistent as the other guys that we talked about? And the answer is no.
I mean, if you had to pick someone for a decade, I would say Coppola is the god of the 70s.
Yeah.
But that's it.
That's where Scorsese did his best work, too, though.
In the 70s?
Yeah.
Raging Bull's at 80, King of Comedy, 83.
Okay, when did he shoot it? 79. Mean Streets is fucking... here's Tom. Tom, you're on Fez.
Yeah, I would go John Huston, maybe, or Orson Welles.
John Huston is a great fucking call.
Oh, man,
Orson Welles is, we say Orson Welles, but we don't mean it. Who wants to be sitting around with a bunch of Orson Welles movies? John Huston's a very fucking good call there. It really is.
Was he like Maltese Falcon and...
Yeah. And, he's another guy that had 4 or 5 fucking, decades. He had a long time. Brewmaster, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ron, I got to agree. I think John Ford was a great director, but I really like the films of Preston Sturges during the
great
40s.
Call.
He was a really good director.
And very versatile, you know what I mean? At least if you took your Preston Sturges fucking box set, you'd be watching all different kinds of films.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Unlike, gangster
comedies,
film,
dramas, everything.
Or Fezzi's, let's pretend that we don't have penises film. My big problem with Spielberg is I still don't think he knows what adulthood is. Adults are large children in his films. There's still that babiness going on. All right, she's going for Thailand food?
Yes.
Thai food?
Thai food.
Why did you write Thailand food?
I don't know how to spell Thai.
Yeah.
But
it's Thailand without the land.
Who's she meeting for lunch?
She hasn't said. I think she's just going by herself.
You sure? Make sure you find out.
All right.
And Earl, I'm starving. We got any Thai food?
Unfortunately, no, we do not.
Dave, what are you doing? Don't wait. Make the call. Just saying, I don't know what we have to look forward to. Dean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, what's going on? How about Hitchcock?
He's British. He was born in Britain.
Was he really? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're all sorry about that, but he is British. Here is, and so is Charlie Chaplin, so we can't throw him in. Because some of that stuff, although Buster Keaton stuff was pretty interesting that he did, and he directed his own stuff as well, right?
I didn't know he directed his own stuff.
I think he did. Justin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Dave was talking about Kubrick being one of the best American directors. Wasn't he English?
No, he was from the Bronx.
Oh, okay.
Moved to England, but if we are going to not let fucking Hitchcock in for that, we do have to keep Kubrick. And he always kept his American citizenship, right?
Yes.
Earl, I know you like photography. You ever seen the photography that Kubrick did?
Yes, I saw. They put out a book a couple of months ago, the stuff I think he did for Look magazine, and you can hear you can pretty much see all the ideas for his movies in these photos. Unreal. He was a master.
Here's Will. Will, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hello, buddies.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, as far as enjoyment and pound for pound, I would still have to go with Quentin Tarantino.
Just not enough films made yet.
Not yet, but pound for pound, man.
Well, let's see. I mean, we're only coming up on his fifth fucking movie, right?
I know, but let's go Reservoir Dogs against Taxi Driver.
No.
Let's say Pulp Fiction. Come on.
One is films and the other's movies. And I'm a gigantic Tarantino fan. And I sat there the other day just once again going, I can't believe how good the fucking dialogue is in Pulp Fiction. I haven't watched it in a while. I can't believe how you go from one great fucking hip scene to the next one. But I don't think you're ready to compare him with Scorsese. Not yet, my friend. No one brought up the Coen brothers. There's a hell of a lot of Coen brothers stuff. And if I'm at my house, I'm rewatching the Coen brothers a lot, probably more than most of the people we've talked to, except for Scorsese.
Yeah, I mean, even the stuff that wasn't like commercially, like The Man Who Wasn't There, Blood Simple's in a...
these are all great.
I mean, great film.
I'll take it to the last two. They're all really great films. Dominic, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
You probably think of him more as an actor, but you can't go wrong with Clint Eastwood, man. You get some good war movies, some westerns, comedies, dramas.
You know, because he waited till so late in life before he started making films, he hasn't made that many. But he's probably been the most interesting director of the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah,
and that includes all the people that we talked about. Everybody that we talked about in the last 10, 15 years probably hasn't lined up with Eastwood. I don't know whether he's directed anything he has been nominated for in the last 10, 15 years.
This might be his decade. Although I only liked half of that $1 Million Baby.
She's meeting Mike Kaka, Bigfoot from FBI, for lunch.
Mike, yeah, she's meeting her boss, Mike.
Kaka is his name?
Mike, what did I write?
You wrote Kaka. Oh, did you put a thing in AKA? Read after Mike. That's fucking hysterical.
Oh, yeah, Mike Kaka. It looks like Kaka because his parentheses...
Just read the whole thing.
She's meeting her boss, Mike Kaka Bigfoot from FBA for lunch.
That was parentheses. That's not a C.
Well, you don't do parentheses and AKA.
I thought you did.
Or else everybody thinks it's Kaka.
Yeah, you can't put a parentheses there.
Are you sure? What am I supposed to put there?
You don't put anything.
She's meeting her boyfriend, Mike, and then...
Just AKA.
AKA... Bigfoot from FBA for lunch.
Well, there's no parentheses.
I always thought
then everybody thinks it's Kaka.
and then the second parentheses, the closing one, is so far away from the first one, you would never think that it was parentheses you were using.
Yeah. Why are you handing me notes when we're on the radio? Just say what's going on.
Just say Mike Kaka.
All right. I don't believe he goes by Kaka.
He goes by Kaka Bigfoot.
Okay.
Mike, Kaka Bigfoot.
It's an Indian name.
You're one crazy bastard. All right, while you were away, we decided Spielberg. We're all going to watch Spielberg.
Yeah, you are.
Fuck that. You guys hated that War of the Worlds shit.
Oh, I do. You throw Jaws out. I don't know if I'm a big Spielberg rewatcher. Oh, you know what I do rewatch is the one where Close Encounters.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but the whole thing of the guy, with the mashed potatoes, and maybe it reminds me of drug addiction, but I can watch that fucking scene over and over and over.
See, I don't feel like he's ever made a serious film except for Schindler's List.
And even that. That was so plodding along, look, we're being serious. Schindler's List, I am not trying to say anything to fucking hurt feelings, is a very overrated film. Wow. Yes, was it a horrible thing to happen? I agree. And Spielberg, The Color Purple, embarrassing.
That's terrible. And he had made an embarrassment out of Amistad. That was a joke.
And I dare anyone to sit there and watch fucking Tom Hanks playing Latka in the food court of a fucking airline. Have you seen this movie?
I haven't seen that one.
I want you to watch that, Fezzy, before we let you put this up anymore.
All right, The Terminal.
Yeah. Terrible, terrible film.
I heard that I can't bring myself to watch it. I heard that's like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
It goes on and on and on.
Why?
And I finally, after a certain end, I go, I've got to see how this piece of shit ends. And then I had to say to my chick, get rid of the knives, because if I get anything sharp, I'll cut my own fucking throat.
Because it looked like a stupid Spielberg trying to do a comedy, hour 50-minute movie. You're in, you're out.
Hour 15? That movie could have been over in an hour. It was a TV fucking episode.
Wow.
And it's an embarrassment. And that's the craziest fucking thing is why did he think it was a movie? Greg, you're on Ron and Fez.
Maybe not the greatest, but how about Ron Howard?
Yeah, he's not the greatest.
All I can think of is Grinch offhand.
No reason even to bring him up. Well, Beautiful Mind is what he won his award for, right?
Right, yeah.
Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies, how about Frank Capra?
Frank Capra.
Two good movies.
Yeah, even then.
The one for Live Chop around the corner. He did a lot of, Madcap.
I didn't like that. Well, did he do Harvey, too?
Yeah, he might have done Harvey. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Yeah, Harvey I could rewatch, whatever. But, Madcap is not my idea.
No.
And some of those things. Is that Mike Kaka?
That's Mike. That's him right there.
He just disappeared for a second.
There he is.
Kaka.
It's just Mike, I think.
Yeah.
A.K.A. Bigfoot.
Brian, you're on Ron and Fez. Brian, go ahead. Go ahead, Brian. Here's David. David, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
What's up, buddies?
Yeah.
This is Dave, actually. You got my name wrong. Hey, listen, I know you guys are going to disagree with me, but you got to go with George Lucas.
I couldn't go anywhere with George Lucas. How quick before I'm watching Howard the Duck on this fucking island? It's ridiculous.
The first three Star Wars. How many fans? How many? You got a whole nation, a whole sub-nation of huge fans.
I understand that, but have you really ever tried to rewatch those and see how slow? They just don't hold up.
I'm a huge fan.
No, I love them,
Scorsese. I love Scorsese. The mobster movies, unbelievable. But I've seen all the Star Wars 20 times. I got to tell you guys before I get off the air, you got a great show, best show on the radio.
Thank you, my friend. Day. I just don't think I could sit around and watch those. Now, how many did he direct? Because we're talking director, not producer.
Yeah, he did THX 113. Yeah, you wouldn't be getting Empire Jedi.
Yeah, so you're not. You're only getting the first Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then the last three, which I think even a fan like yourself, you cringed a little bit at that,
I
right?
liked number 3, but I will now admit the first two were, wow, were they
It took you years.
Terrible.
It took you years to admit that.
Yeah.
I admitted it 10 minutes in, going, wait a minute. This is not what I signed up
I know.
for.
I was still defending Jar Jar in 2004.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have a thing for Star Wars movies.
Roddy, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Roddy.
Are you Roddy Piper?
What can we do for you?
Hey, I was just wondering what you guys think of David Fincher. I know he hasn't done much, but...
He hasn't done enough, but everything... Well, two of the ones I like a lot. I haven't seen the brand new one that's out right now, because, again, I heard that's 3 hours or something.
Right. Zodiac?
Yeah, Zodiac. And I wasn't a big fan of Panic Room. I got to tell you
You
the
didn't
truth.
like that?
No.
Did you like the game at all? I know it was brought up.
I liked the game, didn't love the game.
Yeah.
Thought it was a little far-fetched.
But Seven and Fight Club, you liked a lot.
Seven and Fight Club, I think, are both fantastic films.
Yeah, they are fantastic.
And again, that's two movies I can rewatch and rewatch and rewatch. By the way, saw a film over the weekend, loved it, Hot Fuzz. It's a British film by the entire team of Shaun of the Dead.
Wow.
And it really goes to show that you can make a silly film but be clever. You don't have to be fucking stupid with it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like Shaun of the Dead?
Yes, I love that movie.
Same type of feel, great directing, but it's really silly like Shaun of the Dead, but very witty like fucking Shaun of the Dead was.
I'll check it out.
Good stuff there. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
What about John Hughes, the Brat Pack, boys?
Jim, where are you calling from?
Hey, anyway, I got a question for you.
Jim, I got a question for you. Where are you calling from?
Okay. Indiana.
All right. See, in Indiana, John Hughes movies might be something to discuss. Here we've watched them, but we try not to talk about them.
Maybe if I was only on the desert island for a Saturday morning and then was leaving immediately afterwards.
Kathy, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hi, guys. What about Woody Allen?
How do we not bring up Woody Allen?
How could you not?
He's not the world's greatest director, but there is a consistency in the writing was great for 20-plus years.
Yeah, I think that's why, though. You just mentioned it, because there's not a lot of camera movement and stuff like that.
But he is a filmmaker, and all those stories, which I think you were the one when I said I don't like romantic comedies, pointed out that he really makes romantic comedies, except for his are kind of like comedy and romance. It's more of an emphasis on the comedy.
Yeah, definitely. I think like Manhattan is a brilliant comedy, and then it happens that there's like some chicks and relationship bullshit going on.
But man,
but I mean, it's not like romance. You're not going to feel like a queer. You know, you're not going to feel
queer.
A little, I mean, gay. You're not going to feel just a little.
What do you mean
soft.
gay?
Soft. I mean, I didn't mean that. I am not disparaging anybody. You're not
too late.
You're not going to feel a little feminine by watching a movie like Manhattan. Or
No, I
even
agree with
Your
you.
Sisters, for that matter.
Which is, again, a romantic comedy.
Right, and all about women, but there's just something incredible about it.
So, again, he's easily got more pictures that would go above board than everybody that we mentioned so far. And, by the way, Fezzi, do you notice that your popcorn films no one brings up? So even though people go to see those films, you really don't sit around and talk about them later after the fact.
Oh, that's true.
And that's what criticism is for.
Yeah, they're like one-shot deals with Superman and stuff like that.
T-Bone, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I just wanted to say that Sidney Lumet takes it strong to the hole, without a doubt.
Sidney Lumet is very, very strong.
Another 70s guy, though.
Yeah,
No,
for me.
But he goes back to he did 12 Angry Men.
Great film.
Which is made...
All right, take us all the way through, Earl.
Just off the top of my head, 12 Angry Men. He did Network. He did...
You know what? Maybe if I worked with Patty Chayefsky, let me direct fucking Patty Chayefsky. See how I do. I bet I do okay.
He did
Look at some of the-
Serpico.
He did Running on Empty. The Verdict.
These are good films. For some reason, no one sits around and talks about him.
He did Dog Day, right? Or
Yeah, he did Dog Day.
Yeah.
He did one of his most recent movies was Find Me Guilty with Vin Diesel.
I heard that was very funny, though, and I didn't see it. But I heard from a friend of mine that it was a fucking panic. A fall-down panic. We may have to do a Sidney Lumet Day, and just as an apology to him. Zeb, you're on Ron and Fez.
How about Oliver Stone?
Oliver Stone, you're the big Oliver Stone fan, huh?
He's in my top 4. No question about it.
Personally, with me and Oliver Stone, We go back a ways.
Oh.
I think he misses at least as much as he hits, and I think he's very broad, and I don't have the tendency to go back. Like, one of his movies that I rewatch a lot is Wall Street, and then spend a lot of time laughing at how bad it is. So even though it's addictive and you watch it over and over, it's not a very good movie.
Well, he does have this weird thing where he puts that bad redheaded guy in all of his movies.
Right.
And that guy, like, destroys Wall Street.
The guy from Scrubs.
Yeah, the guy from Scrubs. And then he hurts, like, Platoon. He hurts a lot of the Oliver Stone
I like
movies.
him in Platoon.
You do?
I know, yeah. And I like him in Wall Street because he has that, I got nicks and chicks.
But that's also bad.
He just bagged Gecko. Yeah, it's really... there's a lot of it that's bad. It's way too broad. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing, buddies?
Yeah.
Hey, he may not have too many mega hits, but longevity and staying power, you got to go with Mike Nichols.
What part of Womantown are you calling from?
Calling from Indianapolis.
All right, thank you very much. Mike Nichols, all right, get past The Graduate and give me something that you care about.
Birdcage.
Thank you. Seriously.
I don't know.
Didn't Mike Nichols do Ishtar, too?
No. That was not Mike Nichols. That was Elaine May, right?
Yeah. He didn't do Wag the Dog, did he? Someone did Wag the Dog. Someone.
David Mamet wrote it, but I don't think he directed it.
Damn, I don't know why I'm forgetting.
Look that up for us, Earl, would you please? Wag the Dog.
Oh, I know who it was. Barry Levinson.
By the way, it fell apart at the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah, by the time you get to the plane crash, I'm like, you've gotten a little too silly. I was really buying into it. And I love the film. And that is another film that I'll watch over and over.
Yeah. That's Barry Levinson, so...
You know what I really love in that film is the comic from Boston.
Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary.
Yeah,
I think
great.
he's terrific in that film.
That whole panel of people is great, because Willie Nelson's funny.
See, that would have been a great part for Jay Moore. He could have played the Fat King and been fucking so strong at it.
Yeah. And that woman from SCTV is the stylist.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
Remember? That whole fucking panel was hysterical.
Yeah, what's her name, the chick from SCTV? Not Catherine O'Hara, but the other one.
Andrea Martin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
terrific. Never gets enough. I don't know what it is about funny women, but they, if you look back at, like Saturday Night Live over all the years, you got the new show 30 Rock, and then you've got Jane Curtin's TV show, and no woman has ever gotten a movie career out of Saturday Night Live, right? Even though like 12 guys have.
Right, yeah.
But no woman has really went on to have any kind of lasting career, and only 2 of them that I know have got sitcoms.
Yeah, I can't think of another one. The Jane Curtin sitcom, 30 Rock, and like Julia Sweeney never got a sitcom or anything.
No.
Matthew, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I think hands down, pure dedication, Paulo. Got to be the best director.
Where are we on the Paulo movie?
The Paulo movie was left in Paulo's hands. He said he was going to edit it and see what he can come up with.
Where are we about doing the premiere with Paulo?
Oh, that is off. That is off. No premiere for the Gap film.
Because I went in and checked. Bruno Kirby must have sent me 7 fucking emails. And I haven't gotten back to him yet. Because I didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah, we are absolutely pulled out of the Gap project.
Had to be done.
Here's James. James, you're on Ron and Fez.
Despite the underlying propaganda, what about Spike Lee?
What propaganda?
Just his movies. His movies have political, intentions. I feel that's just how I get it. I mean, other than that,
I would hope that whatever film that you make, whether you're Oliver Stone, Scorsese, whatever, you have some kind of political and social slant on it. And I think it would only be considered propaganda as if the government was pushing that on you. So I'm not sure you know what you're talking about there, my friend. I'm a Spike Lee fan, but I need an ending to my movies. And Spike always struggles with that.
Yeah, even when Malcolm X, I'm like, the ending of the movie is he gets shot.
What do you want Malcolm to live?
No, I mean, but that's the end of the movie. He gets assassinated, and then you have this whole "I am Malcolm X, I am Malcolm," and this whole strung out ending. And I'm like, just end the movie already.
Bob, you're Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I heard that Spielberg wants to use the new Sleeves song in the next Indiana Jones movie.
Here's Jeff. Jeff, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys. Ron, I got to echo your sentiments about this guy not being able to end a movie, but I think he needs to be talked about, Robert Altman.
I'm not the world's biggest Robert Altman fan. I really am not.
Like I said, I think his endings blow, but I think he's got to be addressed.
One thing, The Player to me had one of the best endings ever.
Yes.
I love the ending of The Player. And that's a film I can rewatch. But luckily, not everybody is talking over top of each other in The Player like so many of his other films.
You ever notice, like, for every great Altman film, you get two really bad ones?
Yeah.
It's like this weird trail. You'll get MASH, but then you got to sit then you get, like, McCabe and Mrs. Miller, and then the long
McCabe and Mrs. Miller is a fucking good movie.
I know, I just thought it dragged. I didn't really like it that much.
Why, no black people?
Well, yeah.
How many black people you need before you're happy with a film? McCabe and Mrs. Miller is considered a fucking classic, my friend. A classic. But I do agree with you. You watch Health, which was shot at the Don Cesar Hotel, and maybe one of the worst fucking movies in history.
What about Nashville?
Good film. Hello? I'm not the biggest fan, though. I'm not going to lie to you about it.
I always looked at that as like almost a precursor to Magnolia. I always thought like Magnolia was like built on the skeleton of Nashville.
All right. Did you ever watch Shortcuts?
Yeah, I love that.
That is Magnolia.
Yeah, you're right.
That is almost fucking scene by scene.
Yeah.
Magnolia. By the way, Boogie Nights was on 3 o'clock in the morning. I was up watching it last night. And I'm going, you gotta fucking go to sleep. And I'm like, I'm just gonna watch the part for when he joined.
I did the same thing. I swear to God.
It's such a great film.
On IFC.
Yeah.
The same thing.
It is such a great film. It's amazing film. Here's Doogie. Doogie, you're on Ron and Fez. Well, let me try again. Hey, Doogie, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing, boys?
Yeah.
How about George Roy Hill?
You know, again, it's, I think most of his stuff was in the 70s. It's a little light for me. He did the Paul Newman, Robert Redford movies.
Oh, okay, Sundance and stuff like that.
Sundance and the other one, The Sting. And,
yeah, okay, yeah, I did.
It's nice, but
it's weird. Like when you hear about a movie that's won all these Academy Awards, and you have a vision of it, and you then rent Sting or something, and I never saw the big deal.
Some of those movies are products of their time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm sure your kids will be like, put on Rambo: First Blood. What a piece of shit! But at the time, they're all fired up. We're going to beat Vietnam. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing?
Good.
I wanted to say it may be a little niche for you guys because you did so many westerns, but Sam Peckinpah.
Peckinpah is one of my favorites, and Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid is one of my all-time favorite fucking films. Straw Dogs, great film.
Dirty Dozen is just like about the best.
The Dirty Dozen's not him, but that's
it isn't him.
Call.
Oh, I meant Wild Bunch. I meant Wild Bunch.
Wild Bunch. Well, you were wrong. You yelled out Dirty Dozen.
Sorry.
While you're screaming over it.
He also did a movie, a real quiet movie. Was it the Ballad of something Hogue?
Yeah.
Really
good with Jason Robards.
Yeah, good film.
But he did a bunch of really, and maybe he's a 70s product too, because he did a bunch of really good like crime movies, The Killer Elite with James Caan and Robert Duvall, and Straw Dogs with
that's
Dustin
a good.
Hoffman.
Yeah, these are good films. Yeah, they are. They're very fucking strong films. But I'm not going to sit in a fucking island and watch people get shot in slow motion every day.
Another gritty one was Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia. Another great Alfredo Garcia. Great Peckinpah movie.
JT, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, boys? Good to hear you again. Ronnie, I think you're selling yourself a little short. I think the greatest director in our time is probably you for directing that circus ace going on there every day.
Actually, this is an improvised mess and not a circus at all. Hey, Tom, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, what about Michael Mann?
What about no? 866. You know what? If I was going to do, hey, what are your favorite 80s TV directors? We got to throw Michael Mann in. Are you one of those people who are just addicted to Heat?
Yes, I am. I love Heat so much.
Yeah.
I've bought it 3 times on DVD.
I watch it, and I will rewatch it if it's on, but I will never get to the point to say I love it like it's a Goodfellas or a Godfather. It's way too, as Fez would put it, popcorny for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
don't believe it for a second. The whole time.
They take on 3 guys.
Yeah.
Take on like 300 LAPD cops and shoot their way out of it and somehow go totally unnoticed. But I think that end scene between De Niro and Pacino, and when Pacino finally kills him, is just great. And they're holding hands. Plane goes over him.
If I told you who he reminded me of, you'd probably get your fucking feelings hurt. But he reminds me of a guy who should direct for Jerry Bruckheimer.
Oh, wow, yeah. I see him a lot more artistic than that.
I don't. I see it the same way. Now, here's the weird thing. Jerry Bruckheimer is one of those guys. I don't think I've ever really said, I like this film that he does, but I'm completely interested in his career because the guy never seems to financially drop the ball at all. You know what I mean? Like, everything he does is fucking gold in terms of what's going on. Now he starts to produce TV shows. And he's got 7 fucking TV shows running at the same time. It's impossible to even begin. I mean, he would be great for a studio. If one studio had the successes this guy has. And yet, if you go over, I can't watch his 7 TV shows, not one of them. I can't think of one of his films that I could say I'm a fan of. It's fucking amazing to me. So there's something about him that interests me. I don't know what it is.
You know, someone like that for me, where it's like, you know, I can't stand what they do, is Pat Robertson, and yet there's always that interest there because he's going to say something insane and crazy or predict the end of the world as well. So I always keep an eye on there.
I like to watch what Metallica's doing, even though I'm not a fucking metalhead whatsoever. I'm not a metalhead, but I'll go out, I'll watch.
Are you a fan of their music, though?
I like Enter Sandman.
Yeah.
That's it.
Maybe that's because I had to play it on Jersey Overnights,
right.
But having said that, and it's Mariano's theme song.
Yeah.
But
now, have you watched Some Kind of Monster?
Absolutely, because I have to keep tabs on. I've rewatched Some Kind of Monster. I've seen it 3 or 4 times because I need to. Whenever they're on TV, I have to watch them, and I don't like them.
Those guys are so bad and cheesy in that film, and so reality TV, that in the last scene, when you see how many people show up at the stadium, you're like, holy fuck, I forgot that they were Metallica. I forgot how big this band is because they've annoyed me so much. They've bugged me so much.
Lars Ulrich he's one of the worst pieces of
garbage.
Shit.
Yeah. And then, talk about a lucky fucker, he's got all the Basquiat's hanging on his fucking...
I know!
How you could do that, I don't know. I mean, he has, in this movie, maybe $50-60 million of fucking art on his house.
Yeah.
On the walls of his house. That he later had to, go sell. But he's got Basquiat's and, people from the 80s that he bought cheap and was able to sell big. But how do you go out to the fucking Winn-Dixie knowing, hey, I hope someone will break into the house and grab the, fucking fortune that's in there on my walls. And again, it's above his couch where his kids are playing with crayons.
And this is the guy worried about kids downloading free music at Napster.
Right.
Come on, you little fucker.
Yeah, and you know what? Let's face it, you're the drummer. Is it really your music?
That's why he sucks, because he thinks it is.
Yeah.
It's not you at all. It's fucking Hatfield. Everyone knows that.
That's like when Ringo starts to brag. I'm like, okay, buddy. Right place, right time. But I've heard drummers before.
Right.
Here's Bruce. Bruce, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. Just wanted to remind you, you were talking about the SNL women. You forget about Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
I don't forget about her. The thing is, she didn't use that as a platform the way Bill Murray used it as a platform. Will Ferrell. I mean, you can say the same thing. Sarah Silverman.
Right.
Was on that show. But neither one of them was a big hit on the show.
Yeah, you have to be a star Like, that's what I think you're talking
Right.
about. Like, a Gilda Radner never went on to have
Exactly.
a big film career. But, I mean, then you could say, yeah, Janine Garofalo.
Sherry
got
O'Terry
stuff
was a
done.
fucking star on that show.
Right, Sherry O'Terry.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Right, Janine Garofalo.
Like, she was never a star.
Right, she got more done than most of them.
Yeah.
I think Molly Shannon's supposed to be getting a sitcom.
Love Molly Shannon. Molly Shannon, first of all, she makes me laugh, and I find her oddly hot.
Oh, yeah. I've always found her oddly hot. Like, especially when she's playing, she does the little Mary Catherine Gallagher.
It makes you feel like a pedophile.
And her skirt flies up.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think she's got the banging a crazy chick. Just like a fucking real loony there. Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, what about Billy Wilder? The Apartment and Some Like It Hot?
Great fucking
Way ahead of his
director.
time.
Did he write all those things as well?
I think he did.
See, that's why we gotta, you know, when you're talking about American film, you just can't go back to the last 5 years, you know?
Right.
Something you saw. And that's another reason why you need critics, Fez, because the American public has a tendency not to remember. And again, what difference does it make? I mean, you're already saying that the critics aren't hurting these films, right?
Right, yeah. I mean, because the box office is still there. It just seems like a critic is just not... most of them seem dead set against liking anything.
Tell me one fucking movie you think they should have liked that they didn't. Not one of the movies you mentioned is a good film.
No, well, I still haven't seen 300, so I'm still kind of out on that one. I don't know. Did they hate Sin City? I think they hated Sin City. I would say that was a good one.
No, they didn't hate Sin City at all. And I mean, they will give, if anything, they would probably say don't take your kids to it, which, some people aren't going to listen to. Ron and Fez Show.
It's the Ron and Fez Show on XM 202.
Fezzy went down to get some therapy. Then that bitch tore up his insurance sheet. Dave and Ron wanted to kill that bitch. Wanted to kick her where most women itch.
Beautiful little song that is. Who sent that to us, Fez?
That's from Filtering Craig from Cleveland, and the name of the song is Close the Prize Closet.
All right, so today you were telling us before the show bad feelings.
Yeah, really bad feelings. Started, yesterday afternoon, and kind of put them in a nice little suitcase and carried them over into today, which shouldn't have happened.
So right before the show, we're like, let's call David. And then Jay Moore points it out, and then that puts you into a thing.
That, I'm already kind of spinning.
Yeah.
And that just kind of pushes the merry-go-round a little bit faster as I go down the whirling dervish.
Do you even know what's bothering you?
No, this time I honestly don't. It was just kind of a panic attack yesterday afternoon that I kind of carried through.
What, you don't even know why you're panicking?
No, I don't know where it came from. I have no idea. It was just that Sunday feeling of, school's the next day kind of does it to me.
Yeah.
That kind of phobia that I've always had since I was a kid.
You know what? I used to get this thing Sunday night when I would go, oh man, school's the next day. You start to get that feeling. And then I finally came up with something in high school that would solve it like that.
What's that?
Oh, I know. I'll just skip tomorrow, ride around Beaver Valley, and get high, and look at houses, and act like I'm going to live there one day. We used to drive around Beaver Valley in Delaware. These giant mansions. I guess they were just these rich DuPont people and all. We'd be like this. No, fuck that place. I don't like it. The barn's too close to the house. We would drive around. We would get so high and so into these big houses. We played cribs with people we didn't know. We would drive up their fucking driveways. Take a look at these places. Here's Mark. Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, when Fez cries, I get a prize.
Thank you very much.
That was just a song.
Yeah. Is that the name of the tune?
No, it's called Close the Prize Closet.
You ought to throw some drops in there.
Yeah.
And then you'd be what?
Producing
a radio what? Show, right?
Yes, a
and
radio.
You feel like somebody.
Radio show.
Yeah. That one almost sounded like a movie soundtrack. We might play that at your funeral.
Yeah, you could see a montage of me just having various meltdowns throughout my life as that music's put to it.
I'm really worried that when you get done with this therapist, they're going to decide that you have fear of public speaking, when I know what you do for a living.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't even mark that down when I go for the first of 3 sessions.
So you're already figuring out how you can lie to him? This is how Fez... Now notice, look, right? He's into discussing things. Guess why? It's about Fez. He will sit here and discuss himself freely and comfortably. Let it lean off him. Something that happens outside of his life. Spielberg? I don't know. I don't know. Critics?
I'm going to just check narcissism at the top of the list and let him take it from there.
You think you are?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Try my thing. Skip school. Get high, ride around Beaver Valley and look at people's houses.
I like looking at the nice houses.
Fucking love... No, fuck that. I would never live in that shithole. I need a fucking wall. And we would literally... I swear to God, we'd rather do that than go to school. We'd be high as fucking kites and checking out houses.
You just watched them? Didn't go up?
Yeah, we went in. We fucking drove up the driveway, looked in a fucking window. We were high enough. We were basically creepy crawling like the Manson fucking family. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of advice for Fez.
Mm-hmm.
Fezzy, you might go to your doctor, and I don't know if you've already done this, and talk to him about panic attacks. I had that problem, and they put me on antidepressants.
Yeah, he knows all about antidepressants. He's going to do all those things.
And it hasn't worked?
No.
Have you tried several of them?
Yeah, don't worry about it. I've got another appointment to try it all yet one more time. All right, Scott?
All right. Well, good luck to you, buddy.
Thank you.
Everybody wants to help you. By the way, the guy who just has the name Fez at AOL.com, for years has been getting a lot of fucking things for Fez's mail, right? So now he forwards it to Ron and Fez at AOL. And because of this, he started listening to the show. But he finally got curious about this. This has been over like the last 7-8 years. They send just things to Fez like kids send to Santa. They will just write the name Fez and Santa, but it's all this personal shit about you. And this gentleman gets, Fez, I know exactly how you feel. And then I get it from the Fez guy with a little, hey, he's right. Fez is a good guy. He really does.
When I first got AOL, I really tried for that Fez@AOL.com email address, and it was already gone.
You finally got 2,000. There was actually 1,999 people before him. Adam, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies. Yeah. Fez, I don't think there's anything wrong with you. I think you just need to move. You need to get off that island and get some friends outside the show.
Moving, not one of the things that makes you comfortable, right?
Moving's very stressful. That's why I moved back into the same building I used to live in before, just to take the stress out of the move. At least there I knew how it went.
Solaire's having a refreshing Snapple. We have any Snapples?
No, we do not. Fresh out.
I can't hear him at all.
He said fresh out.
I don't know why I couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Now I can.
Oh, okay.
I had the board screwed up.
Bring that up at the thing. When are you going to go to this?
March 27th is the first appointment. That was his
March
quickest.
Madness, they're going. What are we, Sweet 16 now?
We have made it to the Sweet 16.
And no double downs in there. By the way, Solaire, oddly enough, I bring her up. She, in an upset special, she wins the Knicks tickets the other night.
Good for her. The biggest...
They're going, too.
The lowest seed...
Are they?
Yeah.
That's why...
Alky's going to go.
I couldn't... I want Alky to get out. I want him to enjoy himself. And, you go to see the Mavs. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
So the lowest seed we got left in the NCAA tournament is number 7, UNLV.
And we didn't pick her because, she's our buddy. She, by far, had the best story.
Yeah, she was breaking down on the phone. I mean,
she's still not over her heartbreak. That's what we were talking about then.
HTG back on the road. I guess she's all filled up with Thai food. A little spicy for me. Oh, those Jersey suburbs really...
I kind of like it.
Get me a little depressed.
Looks like that scene from Drugstore Cowboy.
You know what? This whole thing, this looks like a 1964 home movie. Look at the way it's just moving. Terry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I was wondering why every time that you ask Earl for something to eat, y'all always fresh out like y'all just ran out of it. Yeah, fucking right. Eat that day for life, motherfuckers.
Peace out. 866-RUN-0-FEZ, 866-RUN-0-FEZ. Fez, here's a little exciting thing, and I don't know when it's going to be happening, but the Phil Spector trial, as it starts up, Paranoid would like to do a daily update for the show. And he said to him, "She Kissed the Gun" would have been the greatest lyric of all time. If they would have just put that in the song, you wouldn't have been able to beat it.
That's a phenomenal lyric.
She Kissed the Gun. You're not going to end up better than that. Earl, what's your all-time best lyric?
I would have to say from Dylan's Idiot win. She said he married a guy named Gray and sent his wife to Italy, and when she died, she inherited $1 million, and when she died, she left it to me. I can't help it if I'm lucky. That's just a great line.
How can you make it sound boring, though? No, Earl, what is it about you that really dulls it up in such a big way? Best all-time lyric ever.
From Neutral Milk Hotel. Your mom would stick a fork right into Daddy's shoulder, and Dad would throw the garbage all across the floor, and we would lay and learn what each other's bodies are for. It's about abuse, and then it's about kids in love. It's fucking unbelievable.
Is there a connection between the two?
It's an unbelievable song. I don't know. I'm not great at examining the lyrics, but it's a beautiful lyric, in my opinion.
I don't know why, for whatever reason, we'd have to throw Dylan out if we really want to sit around and discuss best lyrics, because he's too above everybody else.
Yeah, he's
too far and above everybody else lyrically. It's not fair to include him.
You just take the Garden of Eden, that one song blows away every single lyric ever written.
Right.
And that song was not written by a human.
We're just really talking about finding, one line. For me, it's a simple line, but it's got to be crazy. I will always take, "We're the blessed, you're the blessed, we're the spiders from Mars." That line never ends cracking me up. To say that to the audience, "You're the blessed, we're the spiders from Mars." Fucking hysterical. I don't know why more people can't pull off shit like that. Here is, let me go down here to Randy. Randy, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Whoops.
Hello?
Yes, what can we do for you?
Hey, Ron, this is Deanna. I wanted to let Earl know something. You know the guy Corey from Living Color, his favorite band ever?
Yeah.
He's playing the Judas in Jesus Christ Superstar out here in California. I just thought it was amusing.
Yeah, he's been on the road with that for a long time, right, Earl?
Really? I didn't...
Yeah, about 4 months now.
To me, the entire band Living Color sounds like Jesus Christ Superstar. Here's Randy. Randy, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing, guys? Hey, Ripple by the Grateful Dead, best lyrics ever.
Man, there are great lyrics to the Grateful Dead as well.
They have some
Ripple
nice
in
ones.
Stillwater.
My favorite thing is when he's talking about, and I forget which song, but he says about having two chicks behind him. First one says, she got my child, but it don't look like me. It's a fucking great line, mainly because it could have been written by any of my friends, that their DNA testing just went from eyeball. Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, best line ever is from Guar, man. It was, I fucked her asshole with a frozen piece of shit.
Thank you very much. Here's Shay. Shay, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah.
Hey, what about Johnny Cash? I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. I mean, that's simple and sweet.
That's a great fucking lyric,
That's
man.
classic.
Yeah. Almost overdone. Who you got, Fezzy?
It's Jay Moore.
We'll take it. Here is T-Bone, you're on Ron and Fez.
The Kinks, Ape Man. I don't feel safe in this world no more. I don't want to die in a nuclear war. I want to sail away to a different shore and live like an ape man.
You know, Kinks, you could also throw in a hell of a lot of their songs. Ray Davies, very, very clever man. Very clever.
Brilliant songwriters.
What's going on over there, Fezzy?
Well, I picked up the phone. It was Jay Moore calling, and nobody was there. So I think he's just calling and hanging up now.
Now, that may be your paranoia. He wants to help you get on Klonopin.
Yeah, that's a kind of an old school ringtone there.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a rotary phone ringing.
I just need it where I'll be able to hear it when it's in my pocket.
You know, I have mine on vibrate, forget ever getting the phone. I never answer it, because it vibrates and I never hear it. I've got to be holding the phone to fucking know. Harry, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddy? Hey, what about Metallica's For Whom the Bell Tolls, and the fire songwriter goes, take a look at the sky just before you die. It's the last time you will.
Dave only likes Enter Sandman, their biggest hit.
That's it.
Yeah.
Exit Light. Enter Night.
Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I want to say Pink Floyd's Echoes, best line through the window in the wall and beaming in on sunlight wings, a million bright ambassadors of morning is just genius lyrics right there.
You know what? If I'm going to go Pink Floyd, I got to do the line, we're so happy we can hardly count. I just find that the funniest. You know, maybe I lean a little bit towards the comedic twist, right, but that fucking line still makes me happy to this day.
I like by the way, which one's pink? And have a cigar. I find that to be a fun
But now that there is someone named Pink, it really throws me off, because I think, they're talking about that girl Pink, who does a great job as the new Monday Night Football girl. She is just fantastic. Let me go over here to Daniel. All right, I guess you're going to pick Your Scar in the Sky from the fucking song Daniel. Hey, Daniel, go ahead, buddy.
Hey, guys, I think anything the Doors did was great, but I think the best title that Morrison did was Nobody Gets Out of Here Alive.
Thank you very much. Here's Chris.
Hey, how about Warren Zevon? He dug up her graves and built a cage with her bones.
Great line. From that same thing, I loved he killed her and raped her, then he took her home. Only because rape comes after the killing.
Excitable Boy's got a million zingers in that one, just one after another.
Really a great fucking writer, too. By the way, Earl, are we ever getting his wife in to talk about Warren?
The book is out in about a month or so. About a month and a half, and that's when she'll be in town.
Why would they send us the book 3 months ago?
I don't know. They sent us a really early galley of the book. But
by the way, James Lipton, not the tea guy. I wish I never would have brought up tea to him today. What's your favorite of all your brands?
I'm sure he likes it. He just didn't come up with that.
Here's Tim. Tim, you're on Ron and Fez.
We have to go to the wisdom of Nancy Sinatra when she said, "You keep lying when you ought to be truthin'."
Yeah. There's something about that Nancy Sinatra that still makes 3-year-old girls dance. Little girls naturally want to be go-go dancers, and no one knows why. Brian, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
What's up, buddies? I just want to throw out 2 lyricists out there. Bob Marley, his lyrics are a little more simpler than Bob Dylan's, but I think, they're real simple, but they got a real powerful message. And also Adam Duritz from the Counting Crows. I think he paints really good pictures with his words. Just want to
you got to give us specifics, my friend. You can't sit here with a broad brush. Thank you. You got to be able to back it up, rather than just throw out the entire Counting Crows catalog, which really, the Counting Crows, you could take any of those lyrics, put them in a Hallmark card. Nobody would ever fucking go, hey, wait a minute, that's a lyric. They come across exactly like Hallmark. Their band should be called Hallmark. Justin, you're on Ron and Fez.
The most influential lyrics of our time. When Monkey Horse rocks, he rocks. The badass.
It's Mighty Horse, Justin. It's Mighty Horse.
Shit.
Blake, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies, you got to lose your mind in Detroit Rock City.
Thank you very much. Detroit Rock City, I will still call it Detroit Rock City. And then sometimes I call it Panic in Detroit, which is also another great. Detroit, very easily. Be able to throw it into any kind of a rock song. It sounds like a rock town.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're rocking.
It's peppy.
The whole time you're in Detroit, you're the Detroit Wheels. You got to keep rocking. There are a lot of towns. Akron does not seem like a rock town.
Miami.
Yeah.
That's not rock.
Well, Miami seems like some kind of a Spanish thing going on. The Miami Sound Machine is what I now call the city of Miami.
Should be doing a salsa in Miami.
And if I'm in Miami and I'm calling people, I'll go, I'm calling you from the Miami Sound Machine. What's happening up there? And I'll try to give them that,
Right.
Memphis, it sounds like you're rocking.
Yes.
Kansas City, you're rocking. Chicago, you're rocking. Boise, I don't see anyone rocking there. I don't think you're rocking in Boise.
Wichita Falls.
Not going to rock
you
much.
May rock
Charlotte.
You're not going to rock in Charlotte.
No.
Unless, what was that band, something Charlotte?
Good Charlotte?
Good Charlotte shows up.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the point. They fucking do not rock.
Yeah.
They are the
But why wouldn't they do Good Charlotte live in Charlotte? That's the first thing I would have done.
Cincinnati, rock or no rock?
Why would you rock in Cincinnati?
Really? I was going to say rock.
Because of WKRP? To me, it sounds very top 40.
No, because I was thinking about the Who thing.
All right.
There was the Who.
You know what? I'm going to throw it back. He's right. Between WKRP and the Who Stampede, where we fucking want to see the Who so bad, we're going to stampede.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to be rocking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oakland?
I would rock in Oakland.
I think
Sonny Barger. Yeah. Frisco?
Yes.
Rock.
You have to. You have to.
Yeah.
Sacramento.
Yeah. Eureka? I think you're going to rock hard in Eureka.
No way.
Wait, that showed up in the song, but right? In the Eagles song, weren't they going to Scottsdale? Wouldn't Take It Easy?
I was, is it Tucson?
I think it is Tucson. Going to Tucson, Arizona.
What? You don't even have the melody down.
Going to Tucson, Arizona. Wow.
Yeah. You don't even know where you're going.
I do. Take it easy.
Denver? I would say no.
What about that whole, wasn't it Get Out of Denver? Get Out of Denver.
That was Seeger.
Yeah. You got to get out of Denver. And that whole Rocky Mountain Way. I think you're rocking in the Rockies. I think if you're in the Rockies...
It's kind of an easy rocking.
Yeah.
You're not going to be hard rocking.
Joe Walsh doesn't rock hard? What about Riding the Storm Out? The fucking REO was riding the storm out. And a Rocky Mountain winner. But they ain't missing a thing. He's riding the fucking storm out. That's the thing. Hey, Benny, you're on Ron and Fez.
song lyrics, synchronous.
This, by the way, this ride is so fucking depressing. I can't believe it. I'm literally thinking about killing myself looking at her life. Where does she live?
Well, that's North Jersey. Sometimes, not always the greatest views to see.
I feel like I'm taken to be buried by just watching this.
It's very sad.
What can we do for you, sir?
Synchronicity 2 by the Police, a lyric. Every single meeting with a so-called superior is a humiliating kick in the crotch.
Yeah. I like that lemons in the tiny metal boxes. It makes me think about you guys coming to work in the morning and cracks me up. Zach, you're on Ron and Fez.
Paul McCartney, Band on the Run. Well, the rain exploded with a mighty crash as we fell into the sun.
So
I don't
embarrassing.
know what the fuck it means, but it's
so fucking embarrassing.
So good.
Seriously, I can't stop fucking cringing when I think of him unedited. Just hear Paul McCartney being able to run wild scares me.
That's an awesome song. Awesome lyrics.
Now, what's this PETA story, Fez?
Well, the word is that PETA...
What word is coming down?
It's not confirmed, but the word is PETA has is with her because they don't want to lose Paul McCartney. So it's like they work with Heather Mills as they could lose the real vegetarian there, the one with the money, the one with the fame, Paul McCartney.
All right, my initial guess to this story, Fez, false. And PETA will go, no. It's like, kicking someone out of the church, the Republican Party, because the other person's there. I can't see Paul McCartney going, I'm no longer going to help PETA. I'm going to eat a burger because Heather Mills is here.
I wonder if it's a thing where it's like, Sir Paul, you can be at these events. We've made sure that Heather Mills won't be around.
What events?
Any sort of anti-fur or animal activist event that they got going.
They take place all over the world. I don't think you got a problem of fucking having enough room on the planet Earth for these two people.
I think it comes down to as simple as a couple is broken up and the friends are trying to figure out which side of the couple they're going with. And if
what do you do there?
Well, I would probably go with the person I knew first.
All right, I'll give you... What about the commissioner husband, if they broke up?
See, I would... that's a perfect example. I go with the commissioner kid.
I go with the man. I don't
Every
care.
single time?
Yeah, I'm going with the man.
You're not going to be able to bang him, though.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, right now I have someone else in my life, but I mean, for the hypothetical question, no, I just, there's no point in me hanging around with a chick, this or that. I'm going with the guy. I'm drinking beers with him.
What about you, Earl?
I would go with the person that I've known the longest, that had the strongest ties with.
None of you guys think to yourself, I'll be friends with both of them?
No.
Right away you pick sides?
Yeah, you have to. You can't be friends with the Yankees and the Red Sox. These people.
I have friends with both of them. I get along very well with both organizations.
No, I mean, obviously my loyalties will be with both. But I mean, I would lean a little bit harder.
How's that obvious? You just said you would go.
I would lean a little bit more towards the person I've known the longest.
First of all, that's impossible because the guy will not be friends with you if you tell him you're hanging out just as pals with his former chick. That guy is not going to continue to want to be your friend. So that's not even going to work if you want to be friends with both people. So you got to choose, I think.
Why would you... All right. Are you telling me that if somebody wanted to be friends with my chick after we broke up after all these years,
right,
I would be mad at them for that?
I would expect you to, and I would have your back, Mr. B. Because you don't want one of your friends talking to your ex? That's bullshit.
Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron, how you doing? The Eagles stood on the corner in Winslow, Arizona.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Winslow.
You're welcome.
Well, that town does indeed rock. By the way, this made me laugh very hard. I'm watching finally seeing the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And Zach Della, what's his last name? Roca? Yeah, Zach Della Roca. He's bringing in, I guess it was Patti Smith. So he was like talking about Patti Smith and blah, blah, blah. And he's going like this. And when people put down the 70s, bullshit, great artists came out of the 70s. And people like me, that's why we loved Bad Brains and hated the Eagles. I'm cracking up because the Eagles are in the fucking Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? They're fucking as wrapped in the Hall of Fame as anyone. And he yells out, we hated the Eagles. Did you have a chance to watch this thing, Earl?
Yeah, I caught it in bits and pieces. It was very long.
Oh, yeah. It's fucking... Edit it down to like 3 hours.
Yeah, it was painfully long. I mean,
here's the most painful thing for me. Fucking Dave's friend Eddie Vedder comes out to bring REM on, and fucking stays on stage giving the dullest, most boring speech. That
really,
he brought them out longer than REM talked about themselves, and I'm like, you are inducting them. You're not fucking being inducted yourself. Shut up.
He likes to give speeches.
Yeah, he loves to have the mic.
He enjoys that. He's inducted a lot of people.
I decided the problem with REM now really is Michael Stipe, and his act of being a weirdo has taken away from the music. Like the way he dresses and his head and like doing the weird dances where suddenly now he's in the Talking Heads. He's David Byrne. I mean, if you think back, he used to not move in the 80s. He would stand there, you know, it was about the songs and the lyrics. Now it's about this crazy act. Is that where she lives? This little house?
I don't
this
know.
Gingerbread house?
It's very nice.
It's
very
a little
cute.
scary though, right?
Yeah.
It's scary like someone could grab her there.
It's ominous looking.
Yeah. But do you agree with me at all there, Earl?
Yeah, because he had like that weird. It wasn't like eyeliner or something. It was like this weird makeup.
But even the way that he dances and the faces that he makes instead of just singing, he goes for the weirdo act now.
Yeah, I mean, if someone saw REM for the first time, you would be convinced that he was retarded or he was.
Ouch, that hurts.
No, I mean, no, because he just does. I mean, like you said, he used to be like stand on stage and sing the songs. He would like almost like stare at his shoes to a point. But now
his personality's completely changed since the band started.
Yeah, he's more outgoing.
I think the quirkiness is part of the appeal there. I think it's like a trademark thing.
Then why have they stopped selling albums compared to when he used to be like a fucking normal guy? And Dave, remember when you were saying about he puts on Spock ears?
Yeah.
Wrong. Those are his ears. I was watching. Yeah. All he has little earpieces in so he can listen. But the tips of those pointy ears are his ears.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't say. I did see the Ronnie Spector part, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah.
I thought she sounded exactly like she did in fucking 1962.
When those kids, too, when they showed their pictures, and they were these fuckable street kids at 15, 16, 17, they were the toughest little girls.
Yes.
Really back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought they did a great performance. And then there was that part afterwards. They completed their performance, and Paul Schaefer read a note from Phil Spector.
Right.
By the way, Phil Spector also wishes his good luck to the...
That's from Phil Spector.
Yeah, it was really...
Yeah. Van Halen, very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Very embarrassing. Well, number one, you know, it's just Michael, Anthony, and Sammy. Two guys that are not in the current Van Halen.
Yeah.
And at one point they're acting like he's getting the help he needs, but then they're talking about partying in the old days. You know what I mean? Like, no one partied like us. And you're like, do you realize that your friend is, you know, in that fucking condition? You're not feeling any responsibility for the madhouse partying? You don't see the downside of this at all?
Wow, I didn't see that at all. Those things are just like when you watch them, I feel like you just flip and you get parts that you want to see, you know?
Yeah.
I wanted to see the Ronettes.
Well, you needed to see Patti Smith on there.
Yeah, I should.
Patti Smith, and by far, set of the night.
Oh, yeah.
Because the REM thing, and I'm a fan of them, it was very weak.
Flat.
It was flat, and...
What'd they play, Man on the Moon? Or...
Yeah.
Did they really?
Yeah, they did Man on the Moon. And did they do Gardening at Night?
They did begin the. I think begin the.
Begin the begin.
Nah, something like that. It was one of their first.
When we begin.
Not that song. But it was like one of their first singles, and they did that first, and then they did Man on the Moon with Eddie Vedder.
Again, I think it's too fucking silly now. I think they need to go back and look at what a fucking band they were in the 80s before he decided to become David Byrne. But Patti Smith blew the whole fucking place away. She comes out, she does, because the night, her one hit, she's got to do. And then she talks about her mom not being there and Fred not being there and her dad. And she said that before her mom died, she goes, if you ever make it to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, do my favorite song that you do. Do the song that I always vacuum to, right? And she goes, all right, this one's for you, Mommy. And she does Rock and Roll Nigger. And it was fucking blown up. I mean, it was sincerely fucking blowing up. And, you know, again, she's a fucking legitimate fucking punk rocker where a lot of people aren't. I thought even worse than R.E.M. was Grandmaster Flash's fucking middle-age crisis of, you know, let's get hip-hop back the way it used to be. Old school, doing it the right way. I'm 45. I never been in jail. Shut the fuck up. Stop trying to attack the kids now.
When that happened, I never felt so irrelevant and old, because I remember when they were like
cool.
They were cool.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's just like, there's like a bunch of old men on the stage trying to be like they're like
and
they're
bitching
20.
about people selling records now, which always, I hate anyone who acts like, in my day, we did it the right way.
Yeah, right. Things move on.
Yeah.
50 Cent blows you guys away. Sorry to tell you that.
Well, to me, only one rapper belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that's Eminem. And that's for reasons that I have. Hey, Perry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Man, you know, this is going to sound weird, but I've never been familiar with Patti Smith at all except for that hit, right?
Yeah.
So it was the first time I ever saw her, and when she did Rock and Roll N, dude, it was the first time I'd ever heard the song or seen it. It was mind-blowing. I think she's fucking great. Dirty, rotten teeth, ugly, doesn't try to be anything she's not.
She ought to call herself Stalker Patti Smith, because her and Stalker Patti look exactly alike. Maybe the next gig, we have Stalker Patti do a Patti Smith song, and we just bring her out as Patti Smith.
It was spooky, but great. It was. I thought it was really cool. Everything else really sucked. That Michael Stipe, I agree with you. Everything that comes out of his mouth has to be deep and monotone now.
Well, it's so weird, man. I mean, it's weird for, like, weird's sake. It's no longer like he was, you know, it wasn't like he wasn't weird in the 80s. But he was legitimately weird. He wasn't thinking of like, oh, how can I go out and freak people out with my look now? You know,
it was authentic when it first came out. Now it's just a marketing tool.
Right.
And I think people see through that. So,
all right,
anyway,
when are you going to start and do your Phil Spector updates?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Today's jury selection. No news today, guys, but as soon as something goes down in the trial, you know, you'll get it from me.
And you're obsessed with this trial, are you, Per?
Oh, yeah, Phil Spector was a genius, and I think he killed her, but I think it's going to be real interesting to find out. I think a lot of stories are going to come out of this.
All right, thanks.
All right, guys.
Peace. All right, so that's where HTG lives, in that little house, in that little spooky neighborhood, far away from everyone. She's like she lives in a gingerbread house.
Yeah, she's so mysterious.
She is mysterious.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
It was. I felt like I was being taken to the murder site. In my fucking neighborhood, you never let anybody drive you off to the country. It was always a bad sign of like, uh-oh. Hey, we're going to take the shovel and take a drive.
You know, the other thing about Michael Stipe, though, or why he should just get his act together, is the rest of R.E.M. are such fucking normal people.
Well, what kills me is, like, when you see Peter Buck, why didn't he ever become a real rock and roll fucking guitar player, which you know he could be?
I don't know. Like, he turned his back on it. Remember when Out of Time came out, all of a sudden, I want to play the mandolin.
It's almost like I've got to follow my buddy down this weird fucking path that he's going. We've got to stop, you know, rocking and just get weirder and weirder. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I just thought Patti Smith looked like an ugly Robin Zander.
Well, you know, whether she's ugly or not has nothing to do with the fact that she was really authentic fucking punk rocker. Authentic fucking the real deal.
Who cares what anyone looks like?
And you could just feel like the crowd wanted to get into it, but they were just uncomfortable with the lyrics because it was just going out.
I thought they were into it, though. And I thought that it fucking held up. I think it's a great song. And, you know, you saw nobody was upset. It's not like she was acting like Kramer or trying to be shocking. That is that song.
Yeah, I mean, and the song defines what that word means in that particular context, and she actually names people in the song, you know.
Jacqueline Pollock! It's fucking so great. It's such a great song. Jafter, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey. Oh, does anybody remember Jafter?
Hey, Jafter.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Velvet Revolver was awful.
Yeah, it didn't even make sense, did it?
And then I think at the last minute they said, hey, you know, Sammy, get out there with Michael Anthony and try and do something, because that was awful also. That was just...
Yeah, playing with Paul Schaefer.
Oh.
You got what it takes. Sound like a fucking Pepsi commercial.
Jesus.
This was so embarrassing.
Can't they get another background band?
I guess Dave...
I think Paul Schaefer's been there since the first year.
Really?
Yeah. I think he's been the musical guy since the first year that it came out. He's one of the big wigs with the rock and roll.
Yeah, the Letterman band. They basically use that entire band because they know every song, literally.
Yeah.
And Ronnie, they did play Gardening at Night because he dedicated.
Thank you. Not Begin the Begin.
No, they did that. They did that first. Then
when you begin, the begin.
But yeah, no. Patti Smith was definitely the queen of the night.
She definitely was.
You know, she did a great job. It was great to see her up there playing with R.E.M. And you know, it was funny. My TiVo cut off the last part where they had the little jam thing at the end. It was like over 4 hours long.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how long it went on. All right, thank you very much, my friend. Here's Jarrett. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, hey. Good example of how Michael Stipe has changed over the years. There's a good video on YouTube of a Letterman appearance in '83, and at the end of the appearance, they do an interview with the band, and Stipe just stands in the background staring at the floor.
Yeah, he wanted nothing to do with it at all. That is actually... A great appearance, too. And they were like a really fucking cool band, and the music stood at their own. And I just don't understand why you got to get out the old giant white suit that the fucking David Byrne did. And that's what he was wearing. He was wearing the old oversized David Byrne suit.
It's like he used to be shy of his weirdness. Now he just wants to embrace it.
John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, did you guys happen to catch Patti Smith spitting on stage? She let out this big loogie out in the middle of one of the songs. That's old school punk. I mean, I was dying. I loved it. I thought that was great.
I'm a fan. I love the Book of Nods poetry that she wrote with Jim Carroll. I like anything that fucking Lean said, oh, let's write some stuff on heroin. Let's really see what our poetry is like on heroin. Adam, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you guys doing?
What can we do for you, Adam?
I was going to say Eazy-E, best rapper of all time, and his album Easy Does It. I had a question for Earl about, because the whole album is pretty much dedicated to just Dog and Dre and Snoop, and I wanted to know how that all started.
Money. Basically, they fought over money. And they had this. That's one of the reasons why the split happened. It was just like.
Then remember when Easy was dying, everybody came back and acted like he was a genius. Before that, they all hated him.
Yeah, they used to make videos just trashing one another. They had one video where Easy goes to. They have a fake Easy going to jail. And him just bending over, and it's just big Samoan guys.
Well, wasn't Easy like the tiniest guy in fucking history, too?
Yeah, he was like
5'3". Fucking 3 inches tall.
Now, Fox News did a story last week about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that said Grandmaster Flash actually, in the final tally, got beat out by the Dave Clark Five for entry into the Hall of Fame, and it was Jan Winter who just went ahead and said, no, we need a rap act, we're putting in Grandmaster Flash, even though they weren't in the top of the ballots.
Anybody pick that up with Fox News?
No, I didn't see it anywhere else.
So we don't know whether it's true or not?
No, but if it is, Grandmaster Flash should decline.
No, they were very happy. Finally, to be accepted as the first of the hip-hop which we invented. And he's going like this. Now all you hear about gangsters and... Shut up. But the best thing is Cowboy is dead, and they just had a cowboy hat on a stick out there. There's something just kind of fucking funny. Here is Ro, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing?
Good.
You were right on about Stalker Patty and Patty Smith. I thought the same exact thing. The speech and everything.
Yeah, the speech is exactly Stalker Patty.
Exactly.
And she's like, I want to thank my mommy.
I'm telling you, I looked at my husband. I said, that's Stalker Patty.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, Michael Stipe looked like he was receiving his communion.
Yeah, he did have on the tiny white suit with white shoes.
Did he have the eyebrow stuff?
No.
No.
He didn't spray paint the face blue. He did not go in that Blade Runner direction.
Rip off.
Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Fez.
Hey guys, do you think Michael Stipe's weirdness has anything to do with his relationship with Natalie Merchant? You know, she's kind of out there too, so. You know,
Yeah, I'm
not
sure he's got a
necessarily with the
relationship with
makeup.
Natalie Merchant.
They were dating, man.
Sure they were. You want to believe that? Go ahead. She's lacking one thing that Michael Stipe seems to like.
Class?
No. I'll just tell you this. It rhymes with cock. Wait a minute, I don't know if it rhymes with it.
I think that was the word, maybe.
No, I meant rock.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, what rhymes with rock? Oh, okay.
Cousin Chris, you're on Fez.
How you doing, guys?
Yeah.
You guys talking about hip hop? I'm a hip hop promoter here in Montreal, and I have to agree with the old school guys, man. Hip hop's in a terrible spot right now.
Hip hop, hibbity-doo.
I mean, seriously, it evolved from that.
Hip hop, hibbity-doo.
This is fucking so simple
Yeah.
and childish. What are you talking about?
But how bad did fucking White Lines even sound, Earl?
Very bad.
It's like they didn't care. And, you know, Flash is just worrying about fucking scratching, which, I'm sorry, in the year 2007, just looks so stupid now. Big, giant fucking turntables.
It's the same sound, too.
Yeah.
I am the best scratcher. It's always just this fucking scratch.
It takes a lot of talent to do that. It takes a lot of talent. I've promoted hip-hop for a long time in Montreal.
Yeah.
And
what's the last big act for you? Because you're hating hip-hop now.
What did you say?
What's the best... What's the last great hip-hop artist for you?
Oh, maybe Ghostface. Guys, he's pretty much a poet if you listen to him.
Ghostface?
Yeah, Ghostface is the man. Great rapper.
What about Mighty Horse? Is any fucking move on that?
Well, at least Mighty Horse doesn't fucking sword fight guys in his bedroom.
That's true. That is true.
Well.
All right, man.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Peace
Have a great
out.
day.
Big
Mighty
up to
Horse.
Montreal. Up there goes one of the sweaters. Very exciting.
Take off the layers.
Yeah, that's it. No one's watching.
It's warm in there.
No one's watching.
It's not cold.
Yeah.
It's too hot.
Right. Maybe you want to get rid of that little Catholic girls' school outfit. Pull the hair back, fix the shirt. Today's your day. Yeah, there we go.
Touch it.
Yeah, ponytail time. Yeah. Let's play with the hair. It's ponytail
Curl
time.
it up. Curl it up.
Yeah. Typing to your friends. Typing away.
Hence the name.
Mm-hmm. Look how happy you look. It's a happy day for you. There we go.
Great posture.
Sure. Perfect posture. Tej, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, what's up, Roddy? How you doing? Listen, I was saying, Aretha Franklin opened the show.
Yeah.
I mean, she looked god-awful, man. What a mess that woman is. Is that an awful wig or what? But, I mean, she sounded great. Like, if you close your eyes, she was good.
Well, thank you very much. Well, Aretha's been big for a while, and apparently she's comfortable with it. The interesting thing is, she performs more now than ever. I think she performs more now than she did in the 60s and 70s. Every time you turn around, she's singing something.
And the even odder thing is she never flies. She goes everywhere by bus. She doesn't the travel...
You couldn't get that plane up off the ground right now.
That's paying for multiple seats.
You'd have to have one of those transport Iraqi things.
She should race John Madden in his bus.
Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, Ronnie. You know, here's the thing. I don't even know how we can recognize the Hall of Fame unless they induct Kiss in there where they belong.
Kiss is going to a different Hall of Fame. They're going to one with the Archies are going to be in there, the Banana Splits, and all the pretend bands.
No.
The Monkees are going to be there.
Mighty
all
Horse.
the Josie and the Pussycats. That's the Hall of Fame that Kiss are going to. And that's going to be the best Hall of Fame.
You'll eat your words one day.
Peace. Eat my words. What's that mean? Hey, everybody. We're the Banana Splits. That's enough of Detroit Rock City. I won't be able to finish the show. I'll be rocking too hard. I will be rocking too hard. Did you ever see the movie Detroit Rock City?
I tried.
All the kids are trying to get to the... Well, Kiss isn't even in it.
I know, but I was like 20 minutes into it. I was like, I got better things to do. It was on cable.
What do you have that's so much better to do? Oh, you wanted to leave on home the other night, right?
Oh, yeah, at the Beacon Theater on Friday night.
Yeah.
Unbelievable show. It was a great, great show. Donald Fagen sat in with them.
Really?
Alan Toussaint sat in. Dr. John.
Mac Revenack, here's the boys.
Yeah, Dr. John sat in. And it ran everything from like New Orleans music to bluegrass to blues, and they did a bunch of band songs. Larry Campbell, one of the guitarists, and Jimmy Vivino, who is also in the band from Conan O'Brien band, they shared vocals on Tears of Rage. People were crying.
Why?
Because it was like a nice tribute to Richard Manuel because they had a spotlight on the piano. Just like a bare piano. It was so...
Why would anyone start crying? You're fucking setting me up to cry by doing that.
No, but...
It would be something if it just fucking dawned on me. Hold on.
Spy report.
I do have a spy report sent to you from your girl, Casey.
Really?
She said this. Dave?
Yes?
I love you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice, Dave.
My heart's a flutter.
She loves you.
I love her. I'll say it right here in front of you, Ron, and you, Fez. Right here on this show. There's a thing caught in my throat because I'm getting emotional. I love her.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, big girl.
It's true.
Yeah. Woo. Davey's in love.
Things are all right with the world.
I guess it is.
Let me tell you.
Yeah. Davey's in love. George, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hi. I'm calling from the home, the sound of Philadelphia, and I got someone who needs their own Hall of Fame because they rocked the house. And that's, it's 13 days till baseball season.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here waiting at Citizens Bank Park for the home opener where lefty Steve Carlton will show up.
Why isn't Steve Carlton in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? He's a better left-hander, I believe, than Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix, terrific left-hander. But if you go, hey, how's Lefty? Anyone fucking bring up Jimi Hendrix? No. You're going to Steve Carlton. Here's Randy. Randy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I hear Alice Cooper from time to time complaining or mentioning he's not in. Is there a particular reason?
Yeah, he's no good. What they try to do with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is pick the best of the best. And Alice Cooper, I don't think, fits in the best of the best. School's Out? No. I'm sorry.
Oh, come on.
Come on, we grew up with it.
$1 Billion Babies?
Okay.
I don't think so.
That's pretty bad.
Elected? No. Only Women Bleed?
Yeah.
I'm 18? Oh, yeah. That one actually belongs there.
Alice Cooper and Kiss have got to be pulling for each other. Because as soon as one gets
Don't put on fucking makeup. Don't put on makeup. It's a gigantic problem for you.
So do you think in, say, probably 15, 17 years when he's eligible, Marilyn Manson will get in the Hall of Fame?
I don't know. We're going to have to see what he does next. I don't think he can get in just with what he's done so far.
Really?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's had a pretty massive career.
Where is he playing now?
I think he could sell at the Garden like
You
that.
want to bet?
I think so.
No, his last fucking tour was Small Joints. Am I right about that, Earl?
Yes, I believe so.
Whatever fucking was on him is off him.
If he came out with like a greatest hits right now, I think he could sell at the Garden.
Here is Steve. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, fellas?
Yeah.
Hey, lyrically they're kind of silly and douchey, but musically, why isn't Yes in the Hall of Fame? I mean, or any other
I think if you put Yes in the Hall of Fame, you got to put Enya in the Hall of Fame. And Yes could go into the New Age Music Hall of Fame. But looking back on it, it's all kind of embarrassing. And
one more thing, man. Dave, I tell you, you're loving it right now, but wait till she stomps on your balls like they always do. You'll be singing a different tune.
I don't think so.
Not going to happen this time, Stevie.
You know what, Dave, I would tell you the same thing. I think you got a hot girl that loves you. Why try to think about the future?
I'm not.
Finally live your life the way we're supposed to live it, moment by moment.
Carpe diem, as Robin Williams said. Carpe diem.
That isn't Robin Williams.
Yeah, in the movie.
Oh, yeah, he said the movie.
Well, he wasn't the first one, Dave.
Yeah.
Really?
Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ronnie, my boy, when are you going to have Eddie Trunk back in there? Because all these bands you don't like, he loves. Kiss, Rush, Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
You need to get him in there and hammer him.
Eddie has an amazing appetite for dung. I don't know how he does. I honestly believe it must be only for money. It must be only for money. Because when he does his VH1 stuff, he acts like he likes all kinds of music. When does he come in? Every other Wednesday?
No.
Every Wednesday?
Mondays.
Every Monday.
So he'll be in tonight?
Yeah, he'll be here in actually a couple hours.
6 o'clock in the East on the Boneyard on XM.
We ought to ask him to come in early one day and do our show. We haven't done the show with him for a while. Or I'll do his Boneyard show with him and make fun of every song. All right, it's time to fold the laundry. It's been a long day.
Put them
We're
away.
done. Yeah, we're done lunch. Time to fold it up. Fold it right up on our bare legs.
Get those corners.
Yeah, go ahead. Whoops, skirts up a little. There we go.
It's like a button might have.
There we go.
Popped out of place.
Yeah, maybe a button pop.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Don't worry, nobody's watching you. It's sway time. Sway around. You don't have a problem in the world. No one sees you. No one sees you in that little house on the snow fucking hills. I couldn't live that far out, could you? Out in the country
Hell
like that?
no. I would shoot my fucking head off with a shotgun.
Seems like axe murder time.
It just seems like suicide place.
Yeah.
I'll call it my suicide cabin if I ever want to take it the easy way out,
Yeah.
hard way out, whatever.
I'd turn to Tyler Durden and start becoming a couple different personalities.
Have you checked the cabin?
Possibly.
You're gonna... So, Casey's gone, huh?
She's gone for... temporarily.
Yeah.
But she'll be back soon. We're gonna... This is just the beginning. Like Batman the beginning.
How long do you think before she comes back to New York?
Hopefully... I'm hoping for like 3 weeks or so.
Wow. So 3 weeks without her after really basically living with her for a week.
Yeah.
Good luck to you, buddy.
Feels like a long time.
It's going to be very long. I might take a weekend down there, though.
You know what you could do in the next 3 weeks?
What?
Become Jewish. That would be the fucking coolest thing. Let's get somebody, have you become Jewish in time for her to come back.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That way her parents will like you.
Right. You know, I can't really go. Maybe. Hey, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
Satellite of love, folks. That's us. We're flying a satellite of love from us to you. That's what we're trying to do. Mm-hmm. Dave is in love. He sends out those sounds of love into the sky, into the space, through a satellite.
And you're all connected. You're all plugged in.
Yeah. And with that satellite, if an atomic war starts, we'll let you know immediately. We will let you know when World War III comes down. God bless you.
That's the end of my show. Donk.
Ronnie B. Fez W. The Ron and Fez Show.